Live from the West Coast, but built like the East Coast. It's time for Forget About It Fridays Unfiltered. We ain't holding back tonight, folks. We got a lineup that's stacked like a hoarder house on eviction day. First up, straight out of Sonoma County, the muscle, the hustle, the couple that's built one of the most recognized junk brands in the game. Matt and Jojo Vick from Sonoma Strong and junk removal. Then we got the man, the machine, the guy who said, forget clipboards and chaos and built Autopilot CRM to help junk businesses scale smarter. Andrew Thompson is in the building and he's got some things he wants to clear up tonight. And of course, the one, the only, Mr. Yee Yee is riding shotgun as co-host, bringing the heat, the hype, and the hard questions. So grab a drink, hit that subscribe button, and get your questions ready because we're diving into everything from scaling to hiring and maybe throwing a little shade at the self-proclaimed junk gurus. Let's get into it. This is Forget About It Fridays Unfiltered. Let's go. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
What up?
Good,
what up?
great.
What up? What up, everybody? What's happening? It's the Yee Yee.
So I think Andrew's running a little late. I didn't get no messages that he's canceled or anything, so we're hoping that he'll be popping in the next couple minutes. I didn't want to leave him out of the introduction. I want to say a quick shout out to everybody in the chat. We got Richard from Canada. We got my man Cisco from Cali. We got Russ Berry in from Rochester, New York. We got my man Andrew from Patriot Junk Removal. And we got my man, the moderator, Drew.
What up, Drew?
Monk and junk room. I can't speak today. God damn. I'm like, my tongue's on roll right now.
Jesus.
So, guys, I want to first start off. We got a big event coming up October 24th and 25th. We got the Junk Expo put on by Sonoma Strong, Matt and Jojo. So, guys, I want to first start off with that. And I want to find out, what does it really take to put on an expo together of this size?
Okay. I'll start. Actually, the very first thing it takes is confidence and believing in yourself, because you got to put up all the money up front. So, you have to find the venue and you have to, pay for that. You have to find the perfect person for your sound and you got to pay for that. And there's so much money that you're putting out, and you just have to, know and without a doubt and have the confidence that if you build it, they will come. So that's the absolute first thing it takes to do, an expo like this. And you got to be organized. You really got to be organized. You have to have, a planner book and write down all the things that need to get accomplished and check them off as you go, because you're organizing trucks and where they're going to be and the layout of, the facility and the vendors that are going to be coming and what they need and where you're going to put them. And then how many chairs you need and tables you need and where's the stage going to be and how big is that going to be? There's a lot of thought and work that goes into, putting this together.
So you really got to believe in yourself. And when you throw an event like this and you're advertising, hey, we're going to have 400 to 500 people in the building, there's no faking it. So if people show up and no one's there, guess what? No one's there.
You're not hiding that.
You're not hiding that. So we've been grinding. If you see the way I post on Facebook all the time, it's a hustle for sure. I'm out there posting all the time, trying to be creative. We started advertising it real early. And last year we sold out real fast. So I have no doubt that it's going to be a big event. It's going to be the biggest junk removal event on the West Coast, probably worldwide. So I'm looking forward to it. I have so many people reaching out to me wanting to be sponsors, and we're real picky on who we choose to be the speakers, to be the vendors. Andrew's a sponsor there. We have Autopilot in the building. Paul's a sponsor. You're going to have your own booth, Mr. Yee Yee. So it's going down.
I think I should be the hype man of the Junk Expo, the hype man, introducing everybody to Yee. What do you guys think about these people? What do you guys think about this? Just give it up. Otherwise, we're going to beat you up. Yeah. But I have a question for the Junk Expo. So do you think it was easier planning your wedding or planning the Junk Expo?
Oh, our wedding was really small, and we wanted it to just be, really close friends and family. And So that was much easier. It was much easier. It was 50 people, like, you know, and what made it super easy is the event place that we threw it. It was all inclusive. Everything was included in that. So the person that did the cake, the invitations, the DJ, like all of it was included, even the food. So with this, we've had to, you know, outsource and find the right people for certain things. And then the speakers, taking the time to make sure that you're finding good quality people that are bringing really good value. Now, last year, it was great. It was the first one we ever did. So you definitely learn. Every time you do something, you learn and you implement other things. So this one's definitely going to be bigger and better.
Can't wait.
Yes, the speakers are, you know, really going into, they're not just telling the story about, you know, them and how they got started, but each person will give you knowledge that you can walk away with and implement in your business for sure. And we're covering all kinds of stuff. And last year we didn't speak. You know, we introduced people and we said hi, you know, and we did some little giveaways, but this year we're actually speaking. So we're excited about that.
Well, I'm really excited about this. I want to make an introduction. Andrew Thompson has just popped in the room. What's up, Andrew? How you doing tonight, brother?
Good, man. Long time no talk.
Yee.
Hell yeah, man.
You'll probably hear in my voice I'm still a little sick.
What's wrong, man?
So, long story short, because it's a long story, it's my teeth.
Yeah.
I got some. So it started with my kids, thinking the kids got me sick. Probably was the initial reason. And I've had some black teeth back here that are just fucking black, and I've been knowing for a while. And anyways, my cheekbones started hurting, and it took me 2 days to realize, like, wait, hold on, I think this is related to my teeth. So I went to the doctor. Blah blah. Basically, I got to get some teeth pulled.
Yeah, those nerves.
So, dude, it's the worst excruciating pain in the world. Like, so yeah, it's bad. So I've been knocked out for about 2 weeks because of this. And I just started taking ibuprofen like 3 days ago. I don't know why it didn't hit me. My lady was like, yo, you should take some ibuprofen. And it like made me feel like back to normal. And then I went and got some antibiotics because there's inflammation back. So it's, anyways.
Well, I see big things going on at Autopilot, man, and I definitely want to hear about it because I see that you got a big investor, man, John Stromberg.
There's so much to talk about. I've watched Paul, I've watched your last 3 lives. Trust me. I've got things to say, but I've got to keep it very like professional because there's a big difference between me and people out there is people in the drug removal community can come over here, say whatever they want to say, and your customers will never see this side of the world ever.
Yeah.
You can come over here and you can say whatever you want to say and your customers will never see it. Guess what? When I come on here, my customers see everything.
I was going to say, because I think maybe Matt and Jojo have that their customers see a lot too. So, you know.
Yeah, that's actually a very interesting thing. Matt and Jojo is actually, you know, not to go too much in a tangent because I know Paul wants to ask some questions. But do you ever have customers like see your YouTube channel and, you know, go, oh, I saw you on YouTube?
Yeah, you know what? Every once in a while, but for what it's worth, you're right. It's very separate. You know, sometimes we'll have a customer that's like, oh, I've seen your YouTube, but usually it's just Facebook posts and the social media that we do to advertise our business. It doesn't really overlap that much.
I would say the people that call us and we do jobs for are subscribers, people that want to meet us. They'll give us a call. Hey, I watch your YouTube channel, but we wouldn't know that until we get there. So
yeah, it's not like your customers are out there feeding off your YouTube channel.
No,
they're most likely Googling you and seeing because you're like first on Google for your website. It's not like they're going to YouTube and going, but
they're not seeing this.
Yeah, it's like my customers, I now have to be careful what I say, which is it's an interesting thing because now it's like I have to be careful. I can't I can't.
So that's what
unfiltered.
that's what makes you different from others is your language and how you're talking on it.
Yep. Because there's things I would love to say.
Yeah.
There's things I would love.
I could tell. I could tell.
So let's get into that because we wanted to, because there was a few things that were said. I believe it was last show. I think Russ Berry said a couple of comments and that you were said that were not true. So that's why you hit me up and you wanted just to kind of clear things up and all. So first off, what was said that wasn't true so that we could clear that up?
Yeah, you know what? Starting off completely professional. Russ Berry's Russ Berry. I'm Andrew with Autopilot. I'm going to leave it at that. There's nothing to be said. I'm not going to make any character attacks at all. But what I do want to rebut a couple things is, Paul, you and I, you're an investor, and Matt's an investor. Yee will be an investor after this because I know he. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I was gonna talk about that with you.
So there's one thing I want to address really quick. Russ did say Andrew didn't sell his company. Now, obviously, that got, it's like, seriously, really, do I have? If you go watch all my YouTube videos, you'll see the evidence, but obviously Russ doesn't want to go do that. The fact of the matter is I did sell my company. I've showed the contracts, the paperwork, the Clover statements, all that stuff. He made a statement, and I'm saying this in a completely professional way. He said, verbatim, if Andrew sold his company, there would be reviews on Jedi junk removal. I went to Jedi junk removal. There hasn't been a review in 1 year. Verbatim, what he said. I have 4 locations, and I sold the entire company. He looked at one location. If you want to screen share right now, go to the most recent location. There is hundreds of brand new reviews under Jedi junk removal every day. Even today, there was a review. Yesterday, there was a review. There is countless reviews showing that Jedi junk removal is still active. Like hundreds.
Yeah, and I just want to interject there also, and because I don't think Russ follows you on a regular and all, and I've seen the videos where you actually interviewed the guy that bought your Jedi junk and all, so that's all documented and out there and all.
Yeah.
But I think where most of it was more of like it's a misunderstanding, and I think what I've boiled it down to was that some of the people, and it's not just Russ. Russ is just the one that's out saying it. Some of the people in the industry are saying that some of the YouTube videos that are going out are deceiving in a way. Let me explain. So, when you put out the video, make $1 million in the first year of junk removal, I understand it. I'm a YouTube guy. It's to get that shock and awe so people click the button and all that.
It's clickbait.
But that okay, hold on, just hear me out. So I just want to kind of like put where the argument is, and what he's saying is that from that $1 million, after his math, it comes out to equaling in your pocket, I think like $80,000. So you did $1 million worth of work to keep 80,000 in your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So he has a problem with that because he has all these people now coming to him, which I think he's a coach and and he's helping people out, and then they're like, oh, I listen to Andrew and this is what, and guy that's been in it for a long time takes that a certain way because he's like, bro, he did $1 million to only keep 80,000, and then he goes and sells it after a couple of years for 175,000, and everybody's looking at you like you're the messiah of junk removal. So that's where Russ and a couple of these other guys are having problems. Now, they also have an issue with new guys getting into it, and they hear $1 million. And Russ is saying it's not always the smartest people that get into junk removal. So now they go in and they finance a truck. They put a lot of money into it, and now they dig themselves into a hole because these guys are not built to build a successful business.
And then there's people out there who think you can't make $1 million in junk removal, or you can't be a millionaire in junk removal, which I think you may have broke the ice on that. And, we give you big props for that.
Yeah. So there's a lot to unpack here. So much to unpack. First of all, even if you made 80 grand off, by the way, in my first 14 months, I did 1.1 million. Let's not fucking throw that under the table. I'm not trying to be a douche about it, but I did 1.1 million, and I'm very proud of that.
Yes.
And it's an astonishing number. Now, Russ always says it's LA. Absolutely. 90% of the reason I did 1.1 million is because there's 11 million fucking people in Los Angeles County. And I've stressed that time and time again. Now, what separates me from the rest is that I did it on Google Ads alone, strictly Google Ads. That is not something I would ever tell, and I never tell anybody to do, and I never would. Now, your example was 1.1 million and you made 80,000. Fine. What if that was the case? That's still impressive. I'm off the truck, off the phones, not doing anything. Because if you watch my entire YouTube history, I have documented evidence of my call Filipinos running my phone system. Chad is running my entire business. I'm off doing nothing. I'm literally hanging out with my wife, eating food, and structuring my game plan for Autopilot in my YouTube. So for 2.5 years, I have focused on YouTube and got where I am. So even if the truth was Andrew only made 80 grand off 1.1 million, that is still impressive if I wasn't on the truck and not on the phones. Now, the truth is I made $208,000 off the truck, off the phones, running this entire business while focusing only on my YouTube channel. In this YouTube channel, I didn't even know the play that I was going to make. I did not know that this play was going to raise me $750,000, but I knew YouTube was the end goal. So I focused on YouTube while simultaneously running a junk removal business, hitting 1.1 million off Google Ads, off the truck. And I don't say that to be pompous. I don't say that to be pompous at all. I say that to bring upon the possibility that anything is possible. Like I was crying because my girl was pregnant with another kid, and I was like, what the fudge do I do? And junk removal out of one of my friends who was it's a long story, won't go there. And he was like, Andrew, do junk removal. You can make $1,000 a day. And I laughed at him. And then I looked into it and I was like, fuck it, I'll do it. And here I am, some tech nerd. And we're going to get into the Russ Berry saying, why doesn't Andrew work for Google if he's a genius programmer? He'd be making $500,000. We'll get into that question next. I'm a tech dude who can make 6 figures programming. Why the fuck would I pick up trash? There's so many reasons. It makes me cry. Like, I'm literally almost tearing right now because I was broken. I was fucking broken. And, oh, God. Trash was a quick fix to a problem that I was having. And it turned into this glorious like community that I built, and that like I was able to bring tech into it. I was able to run Google ads. We'll get into that question. Why would I sell a company? I mean, I made a video on this. Anyways, point being is there was a reason that I got into this, and sorry, I got distracted from
don't look at the comments right now. Keep going. I'll read out the comments.
So the point is I was at a point in time where I was confused on what to do because I was so drained from coding for corporate energy and my other apps and everything. And I needed to make money because my girl was pregnant, and junk removal came along and it was like $1,000 a day. And here I was knowing what I know. And my buddy was like, all you got to do is run Google ads. And 3-4 years ago, that was true. Now it's a little harder. You can't just run Google ads, but I was able to scale Google ads and get to 1.1 million in 14 months.
So let me ask you. So the main question that he wants to know, and this is what's not making sense to Russ, is the numbers. And there's another part that goes with this. And he says, why would you sell a company making $208K for $225K with equipment?
Good
you
question.
sold it for less than its actual value. Most junk companies are selling for 2 to 3x EBITDA earnings.
So good question. SaaS companies, software as a service, Autopilot, Slack, Zoom. SaaS companies sell for 5x to 100x annual recurring revenue. So if I'm generating $100,000 a month from Autopilot, $1.2 million a year, I can sell for $10 to $100 million, depending, like AI has changed everything, right? So whatever I'm doing per year, like if I'm doing if I'm doing $100,000, if I'm doing $100,000 a month times 12 months, I'm doing 1.2 million, I can sell for roughly 6 million to 100 million. It's a stupid, weird multiplier with SaaS companies because software is the billion-dollar industry. When it comes to home services or retail stores or physical brick and mortar locations, you sell at EBITDA. EBITDA, earning before interest and taxes, depreciation, amortization. Most people don't even understand what that is. I do. I have a somewhat accounting background. I understand cash flow statements. I have an entire video on this. But what I've learned from selling Jedi junk removal is you sell at a multiple of EBITDA. And if you guys don't know what EBITDA is basically.
No, we already got. Just tell us, why did you sell, bro? Not let's not do definitions and all that.
I'm trying to educate. Okay,
so you don't need them, man. Let's just talk. We want to answer the question.
Okay,
this is
so
we want to get rid of the fluff, bro.
Okay, so you sell at a multiple of EBITDA. If you are a 2-year-old company, they look at you as, why the fuck are you selling? You don't have no tax returns. When you sell a company, they need tax returns. They want proof. They want fucking proof that you made all that money. They want bank statements. They want Clover transactions. They want Google. They want everything. If I'm a 2-year-old company, I had 1 year of tax returns. You sell at an EBITDA of your tax returns. So my tax returns were weak as fuck because the first year was like 300K. And then I'm on track for 1 million my next year with no tax returns filed. You sell at an EBITDA of your tax returns. So it's the dumbest fucking.
That makes complete sense.
I
understand.
I'm not done. You sell at an EBITDA. The more EBITDA you sell at is the longer you're in business for. So when you're under 3 years old, they look at you as a risky business. So you sell at 1x EBITDA. Once you hit 3 years and more, you sell at 2x EBITDA. Now, the problem with junk removal is there's no proof of recurring. The fact that there's no reoccurring, you get subtraction. There's key man risk. There's so many other factors that go into the when you sell. So I sold December 15th of 2023, and I had already made $220,000. Then I sold for $225,000. I made $450,000 that year. So when he says, why would you sell $200K when you make 1.1 million? Because I can't run my business. I can't run a junk removal business doing $1.1 million and then also start Autopilot. It's impossible. You can't run. I don't know how Elon does it because he has so much, maybe he can delegate everything, but it's impossible to run multiple businesses at the same time. So I sold Autopilot for $225,000. And yes, Russ was like, you got to pay this fee and this fee. Yeah, there's a broker fee. Yes, of course there's taxes. The broker fee was not like 10%. It was 22.5. I walked with 200K. Okay. And then that year after my junk removal company, I made another 200 and change. So I made 400K that year. And yeah, of course I have to pay taxes. Yeah. Russ in his last podcast claimed he made $400,000. Show me your tax returns, because no, you did not. You did not make $400,000 from your business. No, you did not. Show me your tax returns right now, and I will believe it because I've showed my tax returns on my channel multiple times. So I say all that to say I'm sorry. I'm getting flustered because.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay, but there's one more part that we got to just clean up.
Bring it, bro.
The last part of it. This is why. The question is, why did you sell? And the rumor was that you had an insurance claim against your company and that you were forced to sell. And that's what the whole reason why people believe you sold so early. Everything you just said with trying to sell the business so quick, it makes complete sense to me. Because if you go to a broker or whatever and you're like, yo, I'm making $1 million my first year, and then the second, like, they're not even up to that with the tax returns.
It's sketchy.
It's sketchy right away, because they're wondering, why would you sell a profitable business?
Buyers who are going to buy a real company, they need data, they need analytics. They aren't just going to believe some dude who's just like me. So I had to meet up. But anyways, to answer your next question, what was the next question?
About the insurance claim. So that's what is being said, is that there was an insurance claim, and if you didn't sell, you were about to get a lawsuit.
Yeah, there was an insurance claim. Absolutely. A dude broke. I posted this on my YouTube channel 2 years ago about the difference between 1099 and W-2. And I talk about this constantly. Be careful, because if you hire somebody who's actually an employee and they hurt themselves, they can throw the labor law book at you. Like 100%. That happened to me. And just so you know, I have an employee from a year and a half ago. I sold the company, who's throwing the labor law book at me right now from when I sold my company a year and a half ago. So these are all learning lessons.
Explain this now, because like we all need to know what we need to protect ourselves. And so why did this all happen? Like, was there something you could have did to prevent it?
Paul, you and I kind of got in a disgruntled conversation a few months ago about insurance. You remember that?
And I was telling you can't do this, and now to find out you went through this shit, bro, you should know better.
Yeah. So the fact of the matter is, the problem that I'm going through, 90% of the community is doing right now. Nobody has workers' comp. I'm just going to say that right now. You have somebody who comes and helps you. That can be considered a contractor, maybe. But if you put them in your gear, in your truck, your equipment, you tell them what time to show up, that is an employee. You are now.
Okay, but hold on, make it clear. So a 1099 is somebody that's not working for you.
So a 1099, a contractor, means they determine the hours, they wear their own gear, and they can do whatever they want when they want, long as they make the deliverables by an end date. So there's no gray area with this. Like, California labor law is strict as fuck. And I'm learning this from lawyers right now. So if you have an employee show up at a certain time with your shirt on your equipment, with your tools, they're an employee. Now, if they do it one time and one time only, you can consider them a contractor. A judge might believe you. But judges favor the employees, because the employees are the ones at risk. They're the ones who get hurt. They're the ones who need to make the money. They're the ones who have the family. So if an employee comes to a judge and says, nah, this motherfucker, I showed up at 8 a.m., blah, 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 10 times, they're a fucking part-time employee. So I have somebody throwing the labor law book at me right now. I don't want to talk too many details, because it's
but just so we understand, so you didn't have him as a W-2 employee, you had him as like his own, he was a subcontractor that you worked with.
It's a subcontractor, and okay.
So now he's saying that he was working under you, and now he's going after you. Is that what? So
here's what it is: misclassification of employee type. No lunch breaks, no meal breaks, no paid overtime, because there's California. I mean, there's a laundry list of the labor book that he threw at me, and it's a huge lawsuit that I'm dealing with to this day. But to answer Russ Berry's question,
okay, but hold on, are you liable now that the business is sold, though?
So that's up in the air, because now there's this thing called piercing the corporate veil. So now my lawyers are now saying that I might be personally liable for piercing the corporate veil, meaning they can come after everything that I own, because I Zelled him personally one time from my personal account. So now I'm personally liable because I have Zelled him one time from my girl's account, and it wasn't from the business account. So I pierced the corporate veil, meaning I am now open to lose everything that I own. Now, is that scary? Sure, but there's good news and bad news to this. Is that I don't own anything, so but yeah.
So they can't take anything. So
they can't take anything. I've been very smart of I don't want to say it on camera, but I've been very smart with my stuff.
Living in the gray area, bro. I love it.
So you got everything in your mom's name, I'm guessing.
Hey,
I was
you
going to
heard about
say
that NFL. Yo, I'm not going to say anything, but I'm just going to say, Matt, what you said might resonate, but you know. So, yeah.
Okay, so all right, I think that kind of clears up things and kind of. Is there any other questions with Andrew, guys?
Yeah,
And
so I kind of want to backtrack real quick just on one thing is that we didn't.
so are you like so? I'm like, wow. I'm trying to absorb everything in it. That's a lot of shit. So you sold this over a year ago, and now you're having headaches from them. Like, when did this all come onto your plate? Like, this was just recently.
So I sold the company a year and a half ago, and I'm going to answer your question, Paul, but I want to backtrack to something that still bothers me. Is Russ asked, why would you sell for $200,000 when you're making $1.1 million? Okay. I got to answer this question. I was making 1.1 million. Yes. And I did 200K. Why would you, and Russ kept saying in the chat, why would you sell a company that you'd make it 200K in 1 year? Right? That just doesn't make any sense. If I have to live and breathe, even though I was off the truck and off the phones, I still had to deal with broken trucks, maintenance, pissed off employees, firing, hiring. It was a and I don't, some people love running this type of business. My background is tech. I knew my long game is tech. I was
Andrew. Let me just ask you this: if you had to do it all over again with everything, the situation you were in, would you do it again?
Would I do what?
Would you do it again the same way? Would you go open Jedi junk, or would you just go right to autopilot? Like,
okay. So no, the answer is no, because there would be no autopilot without me building this community, right? So absolutely not. Jedi junk, I think, built me as a character. Hired, like, I'm not gonna lie. The first time I hired an employee, it was the most awkward time in the world to sit in a truck with a stranger from Craigslist. That was the weirdest shit in the world. But it like changed me as a person. Like I've never hired somebody from Craigslist, had them sit in the truck with me and said, all right, let's get. It was the weirdest shit ever, but it was also changing me as a person because I may look cool now, but I'm a software. I'm kidding. I'm a software guy. I've been sitting in front of a computer my entire fucking life. Getting somebody off Craigslist or ZipRecruiter, Indeed, and hiring people and having them sit next to me on the truck and teaching them how to back up a trailer and it's all new, and it's all new to you too. So because I'm in your situation right now, bro. So you're resonating like so much. Never did any manual labor or anything before, and I'm just trying to put myself in your shoes. Like you got to play the whole part. Like you know what you're doing, but you're learning every day. You're on that truck as well as you're trying to. I knew the tech side. Sorry, go ahead, Yee.
Andrew. At any point when you first started junk removal, did you love this business or even care about this business? I know you wanted to use this business to get you to where you wanted to be at. And go to which was your passion, and we all know, you know what I mean, autopilot. And you know,
that might be the best question I've ever had.
Thank you,
because honestly, you know what, you ask a really good question because there was.
I've been waiting. Trust me, I've been right here quiet, just waiting to ask.
So there was a point in time, and I still junk removal will always. I will die in my grave. Like junk removal was the stepping stone that got me to where I'm, because I know autopilot's going to be I know even if I don't take over Jobber, I will be somewhere in the mix and I'll make all of the investors a lot of money. But junk removal was probably the biggest. If I could bring my girl in here right now, she would argue that I thought I was going to do junk removal until I died. Because it literally changed my life, and I picked up cardboard boxes. I remember the first fucking job, right? We all got lucky with our first job. Some of us got unlucky. We lost money. Some of us got lucky. We're like, what the fuck?
Mine was terrible.
Yeah. Okay. Yours is terrible, right? Mine was like, picked up some boxes from a rich dude, Amazon cardboard boxes for $200, and it took like 5 seconds. I was like, and I remember in that moment, I was like, this is a scalable business. I'm going to fucking 1 truck, 2 truck, 3 truck, 4 truck, 5. I thought I could just pop up trucks left and right. And I was like, one day I'm going to be in a photo with 20 trucks behind me. I thought I was going to be like this, like fucking this gangster with 20 trucks behind me. And I was like, junk removal. I loved junk removal, Yee. And it's not that I don't love it anymore, but I thought it was a scalable thing that I was going to be able to scale like this. And then I learned it is not. I have some theories on junk removal scaling.
I love that you just said that. So this is what I've been saying lately. It's easy to start junk removal, but it is not easy to scale junk removal. You agree with that?
I have a theory, and I have a video coming out that's probably going to get a lot of comments. I have a big video coming out. It's called Junk Removal is Not Scalable.
That you're gonna stir it up with that. You can tell that already.
So I learned the hard way why everybody franchises and why all franchises close down. Junk removal is a very easy business to start. It's impossible to scale. Russ Berry's been doing this for 7 years. He has 2 locations. Okay, name one person who has scaled this business, not franchising. Every franchise is lost. All of them are dying and giving up.
Matt and Jojo, I think
we're looking at somebody.
No. I want to ask Matt.
So real quick before,
hold on, guys, hold on. I just want to ask Matt and Jojo because you guys just went and got all the speakers for the expo coming up and everything. So you guys come across a bunch of new people and all. Have you guys come across somebody that has scaled junk removal, successful, having multiple locations, and they're not a franchise owner?
Yeah, quite a few. We actually got a guy that's in the 707 Bay Hall in Juan. He's out there. He's killing it. He has like 4 or 5 trucks. Barry Hartman, he's out there in Canada. He's doing $5 million a year, and but he has a bunch of systems in place. And then, it's doable. But
it's not doable quickly.
Not quickly. You gotta be a smart motherfucker, straight up. You gotta have systems in place.
We got to determine what scaling is. So if you're in one city with 5 trucks, is that truly scaling? Like, what's the definition of scaling? So getting to 5 trucks and making $4 million a year, that's great. Casey Walsh, 10 locations, $8 million a year. Scaling to me is I had 2 locations, and this is what happened. Yee and Paul. I got stuck at 1 million. And I was like, there needs to be more, right? Like for some people, $1 million is awesome, right?
Wait, hold on. What did you get stuck at?
What was your plateau?
Was it the amount of employees? Where did it get hard?
So here's the plateau. You launch 1 truck. Everything's fabulous. Everything's great. You get to 400, 500K. You're on the truck still. You're making 50% margins. You launch a second truck. You run ads. Your margins go down to 30, 40%. I got to my second truck. And then I realized why people started franchising, because it's almost impossible to launch another location without like a lead employee and without you being there. So unless you can somehow run this truck, there's too many logistics that go in. Not only do you need to get lead flow is expensive. Lead flow. So if you can't get enough leads for a new location, how do you launch a new location? $100,000 truck, $5,000 in yard signs, $3,000 in Facebook ads, the startup cost of a new location, and then you got to guarantee lead flow, but that's not considering operational costs of bad management, employees, a leader. So to launch a new location, you have 2 options: money, or you leave your family and go over there for 1 month. So after my second location, I made the decision, honey, do I go to this new state, this new city for 30 days and leave you and my kids? Or do I spend an astronomical amount of money and hope that the lead flow comes through to support employees and a manager to run this new location? So I learned the hard way that launching new locations is expensive or time consuming. It's almost, and this is just my experience, I'm not saying this for everybody. It's now junk removal for the solopreneur is amazing. Like Matt and JoJo is proof that you can change your life with junk removal. But if you're coming into this with the mindset of I'm going to scale and be some guru who's going to go from one location to a second to a third to a think again, bro. And even if you're Alex Hermosi, you're going to struggle doing because this is a great business. If you're a solopreneur,
no doubt.
To launch new locations and to think you're going to be this next generation of I tried it, I failed, so I might be biased, but I gave up. I'm not going to lie.
Let me just read a couple of the comments. Mr. Yee, give me a minute. We got to catch up because we're way behind with the comments and everything, and I don't want to lose where we're at. Load Runner says, Paul, did you low-key think you were going to be off the truck and scale faster? To be honest, Sarah and Vinny, I really didn't have a plan of time-wise of scaling. My overall, when I first got in, was my thinking was in each place that I have a house, I was going to open a junk removal business and go from there. After doing this, I'm starting to think my gut is telling me it's very, very hard to scale. And I'm like questioning sometimes, does it make sense going bigger than 3 to 5 trucks and opening up multiple locations? It might be, you might be able to use your time better in taking that money that you made from those 3 to 5 trucks and go with another business, maybe, and
maybe you can open a corn maze or a corn husk maze or
honestly, Mr. Yee, what I was thinking was a laundromat, bro. I was thinking a laundromat. I know we're all like joking, we're saying like haunted houses and all, but I don't think it's a bad idea where you make your money, it's a big cash flow business and all, and I think you can take this money and you go into other businesses like laundromat, storage facilities, places that you can bring in passive income.
I think the biggest things when we see these big corporate companies or just we see local people, because I also know a few people that in my area, as Matt just mentioned. I also know people who have multiple trucks and and are doing it. But and we also see people on Facebook. And the thing that I see is that high employee turnaround rate can really hurt your business. And when you don't have people to do jobs and you're getting jobs, you have a big problem.
Yee, can I talk candidly about?
Please, sure.
So
okay, guys, hold on. We got to get into Matt and JoJo soon. Like I love having Andrew on and all, but Andrew, we've taken over the show, man. I brought on Matt and JoJo. I got to get some questions in here for them.
Hey, I want to say one thing real quick, Paul. I got one thing I want to say. Someone you should interview is Happy Hall out there in Washington. The guy's name is John. He has one location. He don't pay for Google ads or nothing like that, and he is out there killing it. He does a lot of donations. He helps people out. That women that been going through abuse and stuff like that and furnishes their houses. This guy's out there killing it. He actually was an investor for Andrew. He put down $300,000 for Autopilot. So John out there in Washington, he's killing it.
John Stromberg he's already on my radar. I've been in talks with him.
He'll be on the show.
Yeah, we're definitely working on that. I've been watching him and just amazing the stuff that he's got going and the way his brain works and, buying up real estate, all from junk removal. This is all coming from junk removal, all his money.
Well, Matt can relate to that because I think Matt and JoJo, they have the Julio. And it's all about having that right employee who doesn't, all the runaround. You don't have to worry. I'm pretty sure you don't have to worry about the Julio effing off, wasting time, or stealing gas, or having the work truck where it's not supposed to be, or getting the call, hey, your work truck right now is in front of this marijuana dispensary. I just want to let you know your employee is here. So, because I'm saying that because that happened to me. I bring a work truck to the freaking dispensary and the police called the business owner and said, hey, I just want to let you know your employee is right here taking some activities. And he's probably on your company time.
You should have been like, yo, he's pulling out garbage for them. I mean, dispensaries make a lot of trash. I want to tell you this, Mr. E, I just got a job. Actually, I'm taking down a greenhouse in next week, bro. I got
trust me. We do plenty of grows that they call us out, and we clear out warehouses and take a bunch of bags. Trust me, we get them. They're full at the landfill. Trust me.
I love it. So, Matt and JoJo, I want to get into a couple things with you guys, and some of the questions I wanted to know was, what is some of the things that you do locally to get like, local marketing and kind of just connecting with the community and all?
Yeah. So I really I think parades are great, just your local parades. And I've just always loved them anyways. They're so like your hometown and stuff. But really it's fun and it's a great way to advertise, and just people just cheer you on and clap, and you can you drive in, you're honking, you decorate your truck. You have people walk behind you and pass out like cards and candy and all kinds of stuff. And just wearing your gear to like all your local events. Like we have a really huge the town green. They have a huge thing, all kinds of people, and we're often called sometimes after events to like clean up and haul away trash after events. And
I would say always give back. I'll post stuff on Facebook and I'll let people know, hey, if you know a struggling mother out there that just moved into an apartment complex or a house and she needs some furniture, please reach out to Sonoma Strong Hauling. We can drop it off and bring it into the house for her. We do stuff like that. Maybe there's some illegal dumping going on. I'll go over there, pick it up for free. I'll record a little video saying, hey, we're over here in Sonoma County picking up some trash. Please don't do this. Let's keep Sonoma County clean. And if you have any trash, give us a call. We do stuff like that. We also sponsor baseball teams. You know what I mean? We just try to give back. The more you give, the more it comes back. And really us educating people on YouTube has blessed us more than anything.
Yeah. We are a firm believer. Even if you take business out of it, just as a person, the more positive you are and the more great good vibes that you bring out and put forth, you get that back. So and the other way, if you're doing pulling out bad vibes and bringing other people down, then it really does come back to you. So just be a good person and good things will come to you.
And I look at it like this too. Andrew, he's a killer, straight up. There's only a certain amount of people that can do what he does. He's building a CRM. Him and his buddy are building it. There's not many people that can really do that shit. And Russ, he's a killer too. He's out there just killing the game out there in New York. So all this going back and forth, it ain't putting no money in your pocket, really. So I really feel like they should just squash the shit and just move on.
And also, there are.
I'm game for that, man.
That's what this show's for.
It's gonna be hard with Russ, though.
It's okay.
Also, though, there are so
in time.
Wonderful, amazing, brilliant minds out there that and they don't all work for Google. I'm just saying, there's a lot of brilliant minds out there, and they don't all work for Google. So,
and I don't want to make something clear too. In my eyes, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Andrew is an amazing asset to junk removal. And what I mean by that is, I could be wrong, but I believe Andrew has brought like a new language in the junk removal, and that's like SEO. That's talking about digital marketing. I don't know if this was around before Andrew was in, but what I'm looking at, it looks like he kind of brought that whole into the industry. And now guys that are in junk removal, I was so surprised to hear like some of these guys talk. I'm like, bro, they like sound like computer nerds, So it's like I'm listening, I'm learning so much about SEO, and now I go into like the arm wrestling world, and I'm like, yo, people coming to me, and I'm like the SEO guru because nobody even knows what the hell I'm talking about. So I'm like, damn, from junk removal, I'm coming like a little computer whiz. And I think that the Andrew, am I right by saying that, or was that all around before Andrew got in, or like where was it before Andrew?
No. So it's always been their SEO people trying to have you sign up for their SEO plans and build your websites. It's always been around. But when it comes to Andrew, the way he does YouTube videos, he really dives deep into the shit to where I'll watch it and I'm like, damn, what's he talking about? Hold on. Let me look that shit up real quick. Like, he's a smart cat.
I didn't even know about virtual assistants. I think maybe Andrew was one of the first guys talking about that too on YouTube. And
if you go back to my earlier videos, I talk about Black Hat World and like Black Hat SEO, buying press on Forbes and Business Insider. Like I show all the deep dark secrets of like where the gray area. Like, dude, I got press on fucking Business Insider with a high DA of 90. And that,
Mm-hmm.
how do you think I ranked first page of Junk Removal Los Angeles? So if you go back to my oldest videos, I talk about the deep dark secrets that SEO companies don't want to share because they're like, I'm just going to say this right now. SEO companies, they lie. You think they're sitting on computers and going and buying and setting up directory links on all 200 directory links? And I say this because I love a lot of the SEO companies that I talk to, but the fact of the matter is, to rank on SEO, it doesn't come down to your title tags and your pages, blah, blah, blah. It comes down to authoritative links linking to you saying you're a quality person. Meaning, if Forbes links to you and Business Insider links to you, you have a higher authority. That is the, like, I will die on this hill saying that is the, so what I'm saying is I show the deep dark secrets of where these SEO companies get this shit, and there are secrets that I reveal that probably don't help other people, and blah 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 blah.
So Andrew, are you working with any SEO companies now to help you with Autopilot, or are you just straight? It's all you, or
you're asking some good. Okay, so
I'm just not that I have them written down. I'm just saying
you're asking good questions because
I am the co-host, the co-pilot.
So SEO for local SEO is much different than SaaS, software as a service SEO. So what I'm trying to do is become known worldwide to anybody who searches for. So the SEO, I'm doing my own SEO right now with William.
Okay.
And him and I are working together in tandem.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving him ideas of like so I'm building out like, can I share my screen or no?
Hey, it's our show, not your show. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
No, so
hey, whoa.
I was going to share my screen. I'm like doing some really cool shit with some like junk removal tools that I'm building.
Yeah, I know you could do magic on that computer over there. But
so I'm building, I have a dump. So I basically cloned Workies' landfill generator tool that shows all the landfills, and I'm also making a version of that where we can submit dump prices so that we can all have our dump prices across the nation in a yard sign tracker in a before. Like I have all these cool. These are all SEO plays. So to answer your question, Yi, SaaS SEO is much different than local SEO. So I haven't found a company that I want to work with, but the companies that I want to work with are charging $5,000 to $20,000 a month for SEO because their expectations are to get me people across the entire world who want to use my software versus you guys are we're looking for junk removal customers locally. So it's completely different, right?
Can we answer this question for Jeff from Strong Sons Junk Removal? He says, I have a question for Andrew. The future of leveraging web traffic service requests and marketing leads within the platform. What kind of outbound lead generation does it do?
So, future of leveraging web traffic service. Holy shit. Okay, hold on. This is a web traffic service and marketing leads within so can you market to your customers? Yes. What kind of outbound lead generation do we do? So you can market outbound to your own customers. Absolutely. Matt and Jojo just did an outbound marketing campaign. How did that go, Matt?
So I did that a couple of days ago. I text blasted 1,700 clients in 2 days, and the feedback was crazy. What happened was I just wrote on there to say, hey, this is Matthew with Sonoma Strong Hauling. I'm going to be in your area. Do you have any trash you need hauled away? Please let me know. And I got about 400 to 500 texts back from people, and we booked 30 plus jobs. I'm still getting people hitting me up from that text. Some people,
that was only 2 days ago, right? 2 days ago.
What's that?
That was only 2 days ago?
Yes.
That was 2 days ago. So over 30 jobs locked in just from that one blast. So
to answer your question, we have outbound marketing like email and text. By January which is 6 months away, you're going to be able to send postcards with the click of a button and voicemails with the click of a button. And you'll be able to do custom sequences what we have now. So you can like make a custom sequence that sends out texts, emails, voicemails, postcards in perpetuity forever to all your customers every year. So you can do holiday emails, 2 texts a year, a postcard once a year, and a voicemail once a year that will just go on forever and ever and ever. So
I got to ask you this, Andrew. I see you stirring up the industry with the CRMs, man, because I've been noticing a lot of people getting sponsored by Jobber all of a sudden lately in junk removal. What's going on with that? Like, how did that just, out of like the last like month or two?
Can I get sponsored by Autopilot so I can just like blast it, so I can blast it everywhere? You know what I mean?
Yes, you can.
We're gonna have to talk about that. We're gonna have to talk about that.
So Jobber's been going around picking up everybody at $400 a month. So I know a couple guys, Legacy Junk Removal on YouTube, $400 a month. Other people, $800 a month, and plus commission. And their commission is the same structure as me: $50 for the lower tier, $100 for the higher tier. We don't have higher tiers.
They're paying us out at $400 to $800 for regular junk removal companies.
So I know Legacy Junk Removal. God bless his soul. Or wait, no, that sounds bad. Love his soul. He's still like, we're friends. He's on YouTube. He's not active anymore. They pay him $400 a month. I know somebody else that they're paying. I know someone too is making $500 a month. Yeah, so they pay based on what they think you should earn per month, and then they give you commission, which is $50 per sign up, and then $150 for the. Nobody signs up for the top tier when you're new. The top tier is like $250, so it's always $50 commission per sign up. And Jobber has recently, for some reason, Paul, like you said, has picked up Skylane, JT. Fuck you, JT. I love you, but fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. JT almost signed with me, but then Jobber sent the contract faster. And then JT messaged me. He's like, you should have sent your contract faster. I was like, bro, I'm so sorry. I have kids. He's like, too bad for you. And I was like, motherfucker. And so JT signed with Jobber because they offered him money per month. And he said it was better for his family. Hey, got to do what you got to do. But I almost signed with JT. Hey, do what you got to do for your family. That's fine.
So Andrew, you gotta send
Anchors. Oh my God, Anchors.
Affiliate links.
That was the next question right there.
How does up, man? Get us the affiliate.
You know what I mean? You know,
Anchors away. Come on. I subscribe to your channel. I love you and I love your content. You're not getting $450 commission. There's no way. I need stats on that, Anchors. I love your channel, but there's no fucking way.
Charlie has a question for Yee. He says, did you get your case of donuts?
Send me a receipt, please. I need to see proof of that because that's a fabulous. He says I'm joking. See, that's what I thought. If I don't call people out, they're fucking with me. Okay,
so I have something to add to that because we've been contacted by Jobber multiple times. They definitely want us on their team. But you know what? This is our junk family, right? And there's something to be said about a fellow junk hauler that, hops outside the box and says, you know what? I've been in the junk removal world and I know what the junk removal community needs in a CRM. I'm going to do my best to create that and get it out there and, believe in me. And I'm like, heck yeah, you're part of the junk family. Why wouldn't I believe in you? And, Jobber keeps coming at us and they have all these great, wonderful offers. Money's not everything. I'd rather support somebody in the junk family and watch them create something from nothing. And, good luck to you. And we want nothing but the best for you.
Matt Jojo,
we're going to praise Autopilot and have Autopilot be a sponsor. We're going to do commercials for Autopilot. We're Autopilot all the way.
Hello.
There's so much to unpack here because Matt and Jojo, thank you so much because you guys were one of the first investors. Paul, also, thank you because you put in a good amount as well. So thank you so much. But there's something I want to say. These other companies, they're billion-dollar companies. And of course, I want to be a billion-dollar company too. That's why I came to software. I want to make all my investors 100 times their money. But here's the big difference right now is all these other corporations, they have taken in VC money, venture capital money of $180 million. So we are overpaying. You guys are drastically overpaying because they have VCs to pay back, right? I've taken no VC money, so I can charge less. So I can pack the same punch at a fraction of the cost while like, and of course I want to become $1 billion company too, but as of right now, I can like benefit the community for the next like few years with the same power, with the same punch, with a drastically lower price because I haven't taken $180 million in venture capital money, which is what Workies and House Call, they've all taken $100 million or more in venture capital money. So anybody who's watching this, realize you're paying 4 times the price because venture capital fuckers have invested in these companies and they want your money. I have taken no VC money, so my best interest is to give you good product at a fraction of the cost. Now, will I take VC money in the future? Probably. But right now, take advantage of that. I haven't taken VC money.
We got a question for we'll have Jojo take this, and is this Chris Gambino? Are you who I grew up with, man? Because you never hit me up, bro. And you
Gambino.
He keeps commenting in there, and I'm like,
Gambino,
is this my man? Matt and Jojo, you still talk to Tim Das?
We don't, not really on the phone. I mean, we follow him on social media, and I have noticed he's posted quite a bit lately wearing a Holland and Ballin shirt. And, you know, I think he tackled a hot tub. I seen a picture of him.
Yeah, I seen a Facebook.
Yeah, another truck. So I think, you know, he does junk removal on and off and on and off. I think he's catching the bug again. There's something about junk removal he just can't really stay away from. So
well, I think it's the money, and I think it's easy, you know, you post, you can get a job. You just, you know, and it's addictive. It's definitely, junk removal is definitely addicting. I'll tell you that right now, because, you know, you go out there and make, you know, like 20 minutes, $500, you do it right. You know, it's just, but there's just so much other things that go with junk removal that a lot of people don't realize. That there's a lot of things that go with junk removal. It's a big combination pizza over here.
You know what I mean? Man, I love it.
It's like
figuring out puzzles all the time.
Yeah, you gotta like master this. You gotta like, because I thought when the Yee thought when he first get in, okay, I'm gonna post this, post that, I'll get the jobs. But I'm like, yo, this got to be right. This got to be right. This got to be right. Because now like AI's taking over, Chat GBT. So if you don't have all these links and this and that and this, it's mind boggling. Like, you know what I mean? And just like, how can I be the best website? How can I be the best this? Or how can I just when you think you know everything, you get slapped in the face. Like, no, you don't. You know what I mean? And just like, you better be willing to learn. You better have patience, and you better put your pride to the side and ask questions, because you'd be amazed. You know, I reach out to the Matt and Jojo. I need a question answered. You know what I'm saying? And it's a
man,
blessing.
Charlie says, I heard Russell wanted to invest $180 million into Autopilot. Hit him up. Charlie, you remember Charlie from last? Charlie was he had a
cheer up, Charlie.
Yeah, he's in a better mood this week. He was vicious last week.
No, he asked if I got a donut for International Day. I'm not eating donuts right now because I'm on a diet.
Is it really International Donut Day?
I don't freaking know. You know, I don't even go by the donut spot anymore.
You know what? Speaking of diets, there are so many people that are hustling and working their butts off to be in the best shape of their life for the Junk Expo. Isn't that great? We know a lot of people that are just on that mission that, you know, they're going to look a certain way by the Junk Expo. And I'm like, wow, that's just another.
Yeah. I'm trying to get that 2X shirt. You know, I'm trying to
Andrew says he's going to be bigger than you, Paul, when he sees you at the expo. He's going to be more full.
Oh, man, we're going to have a pose down for real.
But Paul, you're going to bring out the arm wrestling situation there? Are you going to
I could bring the table.
I think you should bring it out and, you know, fundraiser for the Junk Expo.
I talked all this shit last year, and I thought, and then at the end, I had to sneak out the back. I feel like I was going to die there. I was so sick at the end. I'm down to bring the table if it's all right. I got to ask Matt and Jojo. We got to make sure it's okay.
You know what I mean? You gotta better put a dollar bill in it. See if you can beat Paul.
There you go.
If you can't, there it is. It's only $1. See what you got. There you go. Boom, bam. All proceeds go to helping out the Junk Expo cleanup.
I got to say this in the chat. I'm not kidding. Chris Gambino, you are saying things that you're in the junk removal world because you're asking questions about Tim Doss and all them. So obviously you're following it. Are you the person I grew up with, like my childhood friend? Like, how did you, like, because you were talking to me like you knew me like that. Like, I'm really curious. You've never answered that.
Yeah, I remember you talking about him months ago. I think it was months.
That's
months
what
ago.
I'm in awe right now. If that's really him, man, and he's in the junk removal.
It's a powerful name. It's a powerful name.
Well,
now, do you guys know who Tim Doss is or no?
I only know him through you. I only know him through you, and I see him on Facebook now posting. He just did the hot tub.
Yeah, so tell us about Tim.
Tim and I just
Tim is one of the first persons I watched on YouTube back in the day. It was pretty much him, and I think it was him or Ricardo were the only ones that had videos back in the day.
They were it. Yeah,
they were it. So I really watched a lot of Tim's videos. I liked his style and stuff.
Hey,
and he really broke shit down. And I would say me and Tim were cool.
Come here, babe.
What's up?
Oh, sorry. This comment's really funny from Carson. Sorry, I didn't mean to distract you. Honey, look what Carson says. Sorry, I didn't mean to. He says,
"Oh, you're the worst with this.
He is the worst. Huh?
You just read the goddamn thing that you just cut us all off, bro.
I'm gonna put it like this: hey, Tim Dawson is a cool cat for real.
Definitely go watch Tim Dawson. Excuse Andrew,
yeah,
but don't worry.
Rude today, huh?
Oh no, don't worry. My microphone is better than his, so don't worry. My voice.
My girl says it's the first time she's ever seen me. Yeah, I got pants for the first. This is the first time I wore pants in 3 years. I haven't worn pants in 3 years. I only wear shorts.
Thank you for that info.
It says every day and everyone you could learn from life is a learning experience. Got to have the open mind to thrive. Every successful person learns from someone. Very good. I like that one, man. Oh yeah,
Charlie, that's true.
I like what Charlie said right here. Paul, put that one up. Andrew is like a squirrel that saw a nut and fell from a tree.
That's so true.
Yeah, that is you.
Let me see that. Let me see that six pack you got going on. You're talking about too,
bro. I won't show you the six pack, but check this out.
Come on now.
Oh, come on, bro.
Is that it? There you go. You're fitting nice in that 1X. You're all good. There you go.
Love it.
You know what I mean?
Charlie, who's Charlie? I want to know who Charlie. Charlie, come on, man. Send Charlie the link. We want to meet Charlie, man.
Well, now that we have Matt and Jojo on here, you guys know the Troll Hunter. This guy comments all the time on our stuff. We finally know where he was at. Remember that he got.
Oh, he told us to. Yeah, he's an actual person. He
owns a junk removal business. Fat Cat Junk or Top Cat. I forgot, but we looked him up.
Yeah,
he's in New York.
Yeah, he's a funny cat for real.
Okay, yeah, because it's he's probably watching right now. But you just shout out to him. We don't want to get him in mad or anything, but you know what I mean.
Shout out Josiah. We got a 16-year-old killing it entrepreneur.
Is he coming to the Junk Expo? Is Josiah coming to the junk?
Yeah,
did he collect the permission slip?
I talked to the father. We're all good. Me and him are gonna get everything locked in and all that.
There you go. There you go.
Will be there. And Josiah's competition hits me up in his area, and he's like, "Yo, bro, I'm 17. I know Josiah and all, and I'm also doing big things. You got to bring me on an interview." So I'm gonna get all the young cats, man, all these young bucks that want to come on, and we're gonna get all the young guys on and just let them get their
just don't have them posting up your yard signs. Don't have them posting up your yard signs. We know what happens when you do that. You know
so I have a really quick announcement because we have to get it out there because it's a lot for people to understand, and we want people to know about this. But the very first night on Saturday night, we're actually of the Junk Expo, we're actually giving away $1,000 cash. And we're drawing a name, and they're walking away with $1,000.
And we're gonna do it single, so we go to a strip club after.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want with the money afterwards. It's not a gift card. It's not a check. It's money. It's $1,000.
Money.
And the way to win that is whenever on social media, whenever you see a post about the Junk Expo, you share it. Tag somebody that you think should come and hashtag Junk Expo. And you can do that as many times as you want. Every time we see it, your name will be entered to win $1,000. It could be in there 20 times, 50 times. It doesn't matter. It just increases your chances. But yeah, every time you see an expo post, share it, and you'll get entered to win $1,000 cash on Saturday.
Carson wants to know, is Ricardo going to the expo this year? Yeah, man. Everybody in the chat, you got to go over, send Ricardo a DM, invite him to the expo. I challenged him to an arm wrestling match. I hope he comes through and all that. So let's see if we can make it happen. I'd love to have Ricky come on. Wait, is Ricky allowed to come on the property? Are we going to let security let him on?
Yeah, he can get his ticket at the junk-expo.com. So
that's right.
You better get it pretty quick. But yeah, he's more than welcome.
But it's double the price for Ricky. That's it.
I think, I think the more people come to the Junk Expo, with your egos, and you come to the Junk Expo, you're going to learn when you come to the Junk Expo, none of that matters anymore. Because it's a brother and sisterhood. When you come to these places, you're like, I'm not even worried about that. There's people like I didn't talk to over there, but when I went to the Junk Expo, I talked to them. And everything is like, it's love when you come to this. It's like going to the wood. I never went to Woodstock, but it's probably like the Woodstock of junk removal. And you know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Yeah, I agree. It's great. You can't even describe how it feels, but just to be in the building with all the other junk haulers and just shake hands and meet and chop it up and ask them how they're doing business and what's working for them.
It's a blessing when we all come together and we all see each other and talk to each other. And I'm starstruck when I see other people. People are starstruck when they see me, and I'm just like.
Charlie just said Ricky ain't paying for shit. He would have to pick up 8 fridges just to pay for the ticket.
I guarantee you, if Ricky, he's probably watching, if Ricky came to the Junk Expo, his followers, his viewers will blow up. I guarantee you if he came to the Junk Expo.
There's a lot.
Oh, Carson was at your event, Andrew. He said we all had a good time at Andrew's event. I won a mentorship from Matt and Jojo. It was great. Oh, wow.
Hey, you know what? Carson got a badass dump truck. I want to let him know, hey, the wrap looks clean.
Wait, is that car? Is he get the junk guys? Is that?
Yeah, it looks.
Oh my God!
That's
what I was talking about, Mr.
Yeah.
Lee. That shit is fire, bro. You got to see the wrap on this truck.
Paul, I started doing $45 fridges before I sold my company.
Did you really? And what was it to get your foot in the door?
Did you keep any?
Okay, so Russ Berry would probably call me a fool for this, but there's a method to the madness of why you would do $45 fridges.
1-800-JUNK does that with the
$59 mattresses. Do you know why?
Yeah, because
get in the door
now. Yeah, you get your foot in, and now you start.
It's called a loss leader. It's the biggest play in the game. So LTV, lifetime value, right? So what is the lifetime value of a customer? So if you can get in the door with the customer for $59 and you can park your truck, get advertising exposure, ask to put a yard sign, do 5 door hangers up and down the street, give them a referral coupon code, put them in your database, remarket to them. That's 5 points of entry that I've just given you from me just getting them in the database. And then after that, you could remarket to them. They might do a referral. You can ask to put a yard sign. You get the exposure from driving around. You do the door. There's so many entry points of why. So you might lose money in the long term. So for somebody who has no money in their bank account right now, so let's say you're just starting and it's costing you $5 to get to the customer and you have no money in your bank and you're broke and you're starting junk removal, fine. A loss leader makes no sense. You will lose money today doing a $60 mattress. But what if 2 years later, you take 100 loss leaders over the year, 100 mattress removals at $59, 100 people, but 2 years later, 20% of them rehire you, and then maybe the exposure marketing.
And Andrew,
and if you
hold on 1 second, I just want to say this real quick. I think one of the coaches said, I think it might be Kevin, where he says each junk customer is worth $5,000 over time. So by you doing that $45 fridge, you've now getting somebody $5,000 in the long run.
Time. So over time, lifetime value is, so in SaaS software, lifetime value is over a year, right? You determine a lifetime value of a customer over a year. Netflix, lifetime value, actually, if you go look at their public documents, their public a lifetime. So what does Netflix cost right now? $15.99 a month, right? For the 4K subscription, $9.99 for ads, $20.99 for multiple devices. The average customer cost of a Netflix subscription is $15.99. What do you think the lifetime value of a Netflix subscriber is? They actually span Netflix subscriptions over 10 fucking years, right?
Yeah.
So if it costs you $1,000 to get a Netflix subscriber, but they have the bankroll to run it for $15.99 over 10 years, would you take it? If you're a broke motherfucker with no money, absolutely not.
So, Matt,
Junk removal is the same. Can you afford the loss leader over the course of 2 years? Junk removal is a 2-year business. Can you afford a $59 mattress over 2 years? Can you lose $10, $20 to maybe get a repeat customer over 2 years or a referral? Absolutely.
Matt, and let's tie Matt and Jojo into this. What's your thoughts on that? And would you do like anything like a $45 fridge? You know, like now where you are, or when you first came in?
Maybe when you first start out, but I feel like if you got enough business coming in and you're an established business, you shouldn't have to really do that. I know 1-800-GOT-JUNK does that, probably keep your guys busy, and it's a lost lead too, but we stay pretty consistent with business. So for us out here in California, me driving, picking that up, some refrigerators are a pain in the ass inside the house. I don't want to, I just not worth my time. I'd rather go fishing. That's just me. And Andrew, just so you know, I get you a black box for $250.
I was going to say,
and Matt, everybody's like, they're okay. So here's everybody's different.
Yeah, everyone's different.
Ricardo uses the fridges for his haunted house, right? Not everybody can have extra land to do a haunted house. Like, everybody, but what I'm saying is you can start at $50. So when I sold Jedi Junk Removal, by the way, guys, I sold Jedi Junk Removal December 15th. I changed my pricing structure. I had a $150 minimum, but I changed my pricing structure 2 months before I sold to $50 minimum for wine coolers. Wine coolers was once I got there, a fridge was $150, a sofa was $250, but dude, that changed everything for me. In those last 2 months, I started getting all these. It was annoying because, like, driving in LA for a $50 fucking wine cooler, but they were in my database, and I was gathering.
It's a long run play. Yeah,
it was an LTV play, lifetime value play, and I'm not there to reap the rewards now because I sold the company, but
it made sense. Yeah,
it made sense because I had the bankroll to sacrifice the loss. I had enough money.
I get what you're saying, man. Like where I am right now, at the time I'm in, that would make sense for me to do something like that. For Matt and Jojo, hell no. They got so much business, it doesn't make sense.
That's what I was trying to get into, was with a person who is just starting, and they did have a CRM called Autopilot, which they should have. And if they were doing $50 refrigerators, but they're getting so many clients into their CRM, then at the end of the year, they do a text blast for a, what is it, a penny a blast? It's
a fraction.
So imagine if you were new and then you did this all year, and then that would pay for your whole CRM for that whole year. And you'll have so many clients built in your database. And Andrew, there's a nice plug right there for your brother.
Hey, so Andrew, what I would do over here is I would do mattresses for $59. I would do that because I can drop them off for free or cut them and dump them.
Yep.
I wouldn't do it for the refrigerators because they cost. $5.99. They're a pain in the ass. I'd rather do mattresses.
I remember I got some monster tires, like those giant ass
tires. Oh man, how would you move that?
I know the secret to that.
I sawzawed them up and put them into a plastic trap. Yeah.
Hold on, call up the CrossFit places or goat farms, maybe.
Yeah,
they take those things. They like those.
Yeah, or you just post them. You know, there's a lot of people on the Facebook groups who will take them for free too because they want their home gym. I've been waiting for a tire like that.
Denise says, and you guys said Ricky was retarded. Absolutely not. Method to the madness. No, we say Ricky's retarded for everything else he does.
So Ricky, like Ricardo he's not the like. I say this candidly. I love you, Ricardo. He does give bad advice. He said not to get insurance. That's objectively bad advice. Ricardo, I'm sorry. That is bad advice. But also, he does give some objectively good advice. Don't go blow your money on ads. Don't go blow your money on on trucks. Don't go blow your money on websites. Do it yourself. He gives good advice, but he also gives, Ricardo, you should have insurance. That's objectively bad advice. So, but anyway,
Andrew, do you get up in the morning and do you watch Ricardo's video?
I do, unfortunately.
Okay. Just wanted to ask.
I wake up early, and Ricardo and I, we go back. He used to talk shit on me. I used to talk, so, like we have that like camaraderie now. So now I watch his shit and just go talk shit on him, and he talks shit on me.
Hold on, Charlie's saying something. He's getting a little spicy in here right now.
Who's Charlie?
Charlie, I don't know. We haven't figured it out, but Charlie, he started getting a little disrespectful with people, and he calmed down a little. Let's hear. He said, "Weren't you just talking shit last week, Two-Face? I mean, Yee. Now you're kissing ass. What are you doing? You're Two-Face now, Mr. Yee? What are you doing to Charlie?"
No. What? Am I talking? He said, "Am I talking shit to Charlie? You think?"
No, I think he meant
talking shit to me.
No, I don't. We don't talk shit to anybody on this show.
I don't think
you know what I mean.
We like to the rust.
Yeah, he was more like the mediator.
This show is all about solutions. And we want to help people get back together and answer questions. And at the end of the day, walk away from the table. You don't got to hate each other.
Hey, listen, Mr. E, we're not some counselors over here, man.
Well,
what we here trying to do is get the truth, no fluff. And that's all, man. We want to know what's real. But we ain't playing no counselors, love counsel over here, bro.
Well, I'm just saying, we want to get people on the show too, but we don't want to, people thinking we're bullies because that's where we're not. We just want to.
Oh man,
we just want answers.
We let both sides say their piece, man, and we stay neutral the whole way, bro. That's our thing. Yeah. But I want to ask. This is something I need to ask because I know I'm going to forget this otherwise. Special tools that you recommend for junk removal, and what I mean by that, like for example, I just discovered the hot tub sled. I put it to use with a whole mountain of cardboard I used, and everybody's hitting me up and they're like, "Bro, that was a good move."
I've been in junk removal for 2.5 years. When I ran, I've never seen a hot tub sled. That was the first time I've ever seen that.
Well, I want to hear from you guys. What's some recommendations that could make us, because the way I look at it is we're the professionals. So we got to have the tools that go with it. Some people are like, "Oh, I would never pay $500 for the sled and all." But that's what separates an amateur from a pro. You come there with the tools.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
No, you can't, bro. You never have to just say it. You don't have to. Can I ask a question?
Well, no, it's all about the build. It's all about the buildup. So, Paul, you have been interviewing us this entire time. But Paul, I want to ask you a question. How has your girl been liking junk removal? Because I see you. How has she been liking it so far?
We love it, man. You know what it is, bro? It brought us really together, because before this, for like 4 years, I was in arm wrestling world, bro. And that's all I did, all my spare time. Every weekend, I was traveling all over the country. She would come with me and all, but she really wasn't in it. She wasn't interested in it. And also from us being together all the time and doing this, it's brought us so much together. We're solving problems. We're building the business. I mean, I didn't even see this part of it. I didn't think of this, but it's just so amazing. It's just made us even a tighter team than we are. So I love it. She loves it. To be honest, bro, I didn't think she would be into something like this. She's lived like a.
Does she get to drive the truck? Does she get to drive the truck?
She just learned how to drive the Ram truck. She's nervous with the NPR. She hasn't tried that, and I keep explaining it's easier than the Ram truck. Like it is the.
Well, do you guys? Do you guys? I come from Transit Authority.
Yeah.
So, do you guys know why the NPR is easier to drive than a regular vehicle or a truck and trailer? Let me have all three of your things,
bro. It turns on a dime. There's no car.
Okay, there you go, Paul. You're done. Paul, you're done with that one. What about you? What about you, Andrew? Let me see. What about you, Andrew?
So Okay.
One explanation. Just
I flew to Miami to pick this up. I flew to Miami to pick this up. Never drove an NPR. My girl's 4'10". I said, honey, I'm too tired. I paid 50 grand for the truck. I said, honey, figure it out. A 4'10" girl jumped in the truck, never driven anything prior bigger than a fucking Toyota Camry. And she drove the truck out of the parking lot by herself, no instructions. That's all I got to say. A 4'10" girl drove this shit out of a fucking trucking parking lot from Miami after we just flew to my. That's my answer.
Okay.
A 4'10" girl could drive.
There you go. There you go. Charlie has an answer too. But go ahead, my brother Matt and Jojo. What do you think?
I would say the big windshield, and you're right up front where you can see everything, and it turns on a dime, and pretty much it.
Okay. Those are all. Oops, my bad. Those are all the red cup. Those are all beautiful answers. But I come from a transit authority driving 40-foot, buses. And the reason why a lot of people, Charlie's good answer right there, dummy. What I'm calling me a dummy or whatever. But the thing is, people, I see this all the time. It turns on a dime and everything. People don't realize that the tires are behind you. You have a 3-foot radius over that thing. So it turns. That's why you get to make those turns so good, because the tires are sitting right there, not like a truck or a car. The tires are in front of you. See what I'm saying?
It kind of weird too, not having like the hood in front.
See what I'm saying?
Pull up to me here at the dump, and I think they're about to slam into me. I'm like, oh shit! And I remember it's flat.
Yeah.
In the front.
So you can go over that curve. You got like almost 2 feet to go right over that curve, like no, and you're not going to hit it.
Maintenance tips, Matt and Jojo, NPR.
So what I do is every 50,000 miles, I bring it in to get the maintenance done. I bring it to the dealership. I just got a tune-up. You want to get a tune-up on them at 100,000 miles. I got it done at 89,000 miles. Pretty much just change your oil, treat it like it's your baby, and don't just – I see some guys at the dumps that pretty much don't own the trucks and how they treat their vehicles. They treat them like shit. So it's real, you know what I mean? Yeah. I always tell the Julio, treat it like it's your baby. It's your money maker. If that thing's down, it ain't making us no money.
We'll see people that are dumping
and then
they just gas it. And I'm like, why do you don't have to do that? You just dump and then move forward and the stuff comes out.
I think it's probably improper training and not the right employees in your business that just don't care about your equipment and just cost you.
So Paul, you're talking. I didn't mean to cut you off, but Paul, you're talking about the tools that we use on the daily, or tools that we keep in our truck that I think every junk hauler should have. I do apologize for cutting you off, Yee.
That's all good, brother.
Back to that. One thing I think every junk hauler should have is a tire patch kit in their car, a compressor, a blower, and stop at Harbor Freight and get a bunch of blue tarps. Super cheap, like $5 a tarp.
Bro,
and those are great when you're doing like you got to shovel some shit into a tarp and you want to just tackle the stuff back to the truck. It's a must.
Houses. I would say
let them keep going.
3 things to tackle a hoarder house, and that is Vicks for your nose, and a snow shovel, and a tarp. So all you have to do is snow shovel all the funk, because it's funky half the time. And
what do you do with the tarp?
Yeah.
What do you do with the tarp though? Like the
blue tarps, what I'll do if it's a nasty job, let's say there's some old ass food there or whatever, I'll grab some tarps out of Harbor Freight and I'll lay the tarp down, and then we'll just snow shovel the shit on top of the tarp, and the Julio will grab one side and we'll taco the shit, and we'll be able to haul hella shit out at once. And then we'll just go on the back of the lift gate. She'll push the button, we'll go up and just dump.
It's good. Like if it's so funky, you don't want to bag it. You don't want to put it in a garbage can. You just want to stick it on the tarp and get it out of there. And
it's a lot faster.
We've done a job that was so nasty that we just threw the tarps away with it. That's how bad it was. Like you just didn't even want. Yeah, there's shit all over it.
Now, let me ask you guys, what's your thoughts on a sled? It's expensive. It's $525 and all. Would you, you guys been doing this many years, and I don't see you guys having a sled. Why is that?
You know what, Paul? It's a good question. After watching your video of you pulling that thing down the fucking hill, I thought you were gonna kill yourself, but you made it happen. Made it look hella easy. I'm definitely gonna get one for sure. I'm gonna put one in each truck.
Yeah, and then the other thing that I was told, I haven't got it yet, but I think I'm gonna go tomorrow, is Johnson Bar. You guys have you ever worked with that? And that's for like the hot tubs, lifting it
Yeah, I
up.
got a bunch of big bars. We get them
Yeah,
all
we get them free all the time. So, do you guys carry a hand truck? You know, a hand truck with inside the dump trucks?
So yeah, we got a regular dolly, a 4-wheel dolly. I got a couple trash cans in there, a blower, a drill, a sawzall, skill saw, some tarps, gloves, glasses, first aid kit.
I think
respirators.
I think what you guys said is very, very key to a lot of haulers, and it's not just for a dump truck. This could be for any vehicle, because I see this all the time when guys are at the landfill and they blow a tire. And you know, the people at the landscape at the transfer station or the landfill, they want to help you, and because they want you out of the way. So I've seen a lot of them say, "Hey man, you got a spare tire, or you got this?" No, but I wish. Do you have what's it called? The fix the tire, the patch kit.
Tire kit, patch kit.
Yeah. Do you have one of those? Because these guys will fix it for you right now, because they have air compressors. They could jack up your stuff. They have the tools, and I've seen the people at the landfill working on other people's equipment. But if they would have just had that fix a flat, if they would have had that plug, if they would have just had that plug, because they could take that screw right out, boop, and just put that little rubber shit in there. And that's you know what I mean, that's good advice right there. I think everybody is sleeping on that if you don't have one of those.
We've done a video. I think Matt's done a video on how to do that.
Yeah, like probably like 4 years ago.
Yeah. We use blankets too. He's right. Often there's blankets laying around, and if you don't have to use a tarp, and you could just grab, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've man. So are you guys still keeping the cat litter on the box on the truck?
Yeah, we got cat litter in the box in the truck. Yeah, we do. Because we got a person that checks us every year is to get a permit sticker out here in Sonoma County. And what happens is they want to make sure that you have a tarp, cat litter, fire extinguisher.
Wait, I missed that. What was this for?
It's a permit sticker that goes on the side of your truck.
Okay.
To be able to dump in Sonoma County.
Okay.
So Paul, don't you dump in Sonoma County too, though?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I guess I have.
The people at the landfill.
Are you guys competitors?
No, I mean, we're like far enough away that that we really never run into each other. I've never really seen them on the road.
Wait, how far are you guys from each other?
About 30 to 40 minutes.
Shit,
that's not that far though, right?
Dude, I used to drive an hour away. Shit.
So this is the deal. When I'm more focused on going more south, I like Marin County and all. The prices are a little more expensive over there, and I'm like right there. Like I'm in the dead center of Sonoma and Marin.
Wait, where are you, Yee?
I'm in that
Solano.
I'm in Solano County.
So he's 30-40 minutes from me.
No, I'm longer than that. No.
Are all three of you kind of like in the same area?
We can be.
It's like a triangle.
Yeah,
we're all different counties, like a little triangle.
Yeah. So the saying is, if the right price is for the right job, we're gonna jump on the highway. You know what I mean? And I have a national. I work with one of these storage companies where I have the Northern California contract, so I have to go to every storage property that they have, and I happen to go to one in Santa Rosa. And I just have to, even if it's a small.
Stay out our hood, bro.
Shout out to Ignacio. We got Ignacio in from North Bay Junk Removal. That's Matt Jojo. You guys know Ignacio too. He's over in RP.
Yeah, he's out there getting money for sure.
Hell yeah. I've been seeing Ignacio for years. My boy lives around the corner from him, and I would always pass that trailer and all.
Who's Charlie, bro? He's funny.
But it's all our competition. Matt whipping that ass. You all don't want to admit it.
Hey, Paul, I got a question.
They're the king and queen over here. What do you expect? I mean, they're legends in the game and all.
Hey,
but Charlie, I don't look at it as competition, man. We all we send jobs each other's way.
Hang on, Paul. We got a question over here from Matt.
Hey, so Paul, how much does it cost to dump over there in Marin? I've never been there. I just heard horror stories about it. How much it costs to dump out there?
My spot is Petaluma, man. I go over by transfer station over there. That's like my bread and butter, my home.
We see you sometimes.
So you never go to Marin and dump ever?
I mean, I on both sides of me, I got the dump Petaluma on one side of me, and then the other exit is the transfer station. So it really doesn't make sense for me to really go. I mean, I do hit Rosa occasionally, you know, if I got like recycling.
What's the prices over there? What's the price?
165 a ton. I think it's 168 now.
What about in Marin?
I think it's a lot more too.
Marin, right? He said he dumped a load over there. And they gave him the bill. He said, fuck that shit. I don't want to pay that. I'm going to load my shit back up. I heard it was like $60 a cubic yard or something like that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I never go out there.
San Francisco's the same way. When you get jobs out there and you have to go to the landfill out the transfer station out there in San Francisco, it's a couple $100 easy. Easy. Wow. And you're just like, whoa, I don't do jobs. I'm not crossing that bridge.
It says right up to 37. Yeah, that's where you could go. That's probably the best place over there.
Is North Bay is North Bay coming to the Junk Expo? Does he have got a ticket yet? Does he got his tickets?
Ah, see, are you coming through? I would say
you going to the Junk Expo?
It's right in your backyard. I mean, if you're 707, y'all should come.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Mountain says
it's one of the reasons why we did the Junk Expo, because we went to Junk Con in North Carolina, and after we did that, we were thinking, wow, it would be so cool to put on something like that in our area, where all the local junk haulers could go and really just really level up and learn some really, really great things that you can implement in your business. And we can't wait to learn too, because, you never know it all. And we're really surprised that there's not that many of the local haulers take advantage of it being in their own backyard.
Well, like, Jojo, we're gonna change this, because I've noticed exactly what you're saying, and I feel like that there kind of is like, I feel like they kind of look at a competition going on in the area and all, and I'm trying to change it. I'm trying to be cool with everybody and kind of like show them that we're not like trying to cut through competition. And guys like Charlie was saying, like we're at competition because we're in there. No, it doesn't have to be like that. We all could be cool. And I am coming cool with a lot of the other junk haulers, and I'm pushing it. I'm like, yo, guys, this is a good place for you guys to come through, all of us to connect, network with each other. And I think the 707 is making a good example right there. Just from that, I've been talking with Ignacio, North Bay and all, and I feel like people are seeing how other people are working together, and now they're realizing, it's better to work as a team.
Also, if you think about it, we're going to learn so much at the Junk Expo, because there's so many amazing minds that are speaking there, right? And it's like, yeah, we're all competitors, but we're not looking at it like that, because if we were, we wouldn't want anybody from the area to come, because we're going to learn so much at the Junk Expo, right? You're learning SEO.
So guys, forget everything I just said. None of you guys should go. Hate us. Don't come to the expo. You don't want to learn any of this shit. It's all bullshit.
Yeah, no, seriously. People that are coming to the expo are going to learn so much and then implement it into their business, that really, if you're in an area where somebody's going to the Junk Expo and you're not, you're going to be a little left behind. And I'm not just saying that. Like if you're not going to learn the things that I'm going to learn to implement in the business, and I plan on implementing everything that I learned from the Junk Expo. So, if you're in my area and you're not going to the Junk Expo.
Well, now I got a question for you guys too, and he says, what do you guys think about the Equipter trailers, mostly used for roofing, but why not junk? I'm not sure what that is.
That's the one that lifts up, I think, the bigger truck that you park on a driveway, and the whole load lifts up. I think that's what he's talking about.
You know what? I've seen those before. If that's what they're talking about, they're pretty badass. We stay away from any roofing material. We just stick to the easy shit. I mean, that's pretty damn easy, though. You can lift it up and just get it loaded up and bounce.
Well, what she was saying is it's used for roofing, but why aren't people using it in junk removal? That was her question.
A lot of cool to be able to lift it up to like a 3-story
Yeah,
apartment complex and just dump the shit
Mhm.
over there?
Yeah,
I got
or
to see this. I don't even know what you guys are talking about. I got to
but
check
you
this
know,
out.
those, you know, a lot of people are probably not going to want to pay that price. When you have that big vehicle, you got to charge a big price because it's a lot of money. That's a 100-gallon tank right there, probably, that you got to fill up, and it's probably diesel. So, and then the insurance on that thing, and especially if you're going to do it for junk removal, once they find out you're going into the landfills, they're gonna you might have to talk to Toby about that.
So,
You know
Paul,
what
I
I
think you
mean?
should buy one so we can play with one.
Yeah, just buy one, Paul, so we can all play with that. And you
Yeah,
know,
why
you
don't the
can ring it out.
707? You got 3. Why don't you all start
Yeah.
throwing in, man? Get the
You
kitty
know,
fun going on
the,
over there, man.
the 707 connection, where we were just talking about all getting a warehouse together.
Warehouse. I was
All getting a warehouse together where we can bring the vehicles, we could parlay, we could talk. You know, what I mean, before you go home and take your boots off, we can come and meet there and talk about the day. And you
Mr.
know,
Yee, me and Matt and JoJo, we were talking about the same thing weeks ago, man. We were planning on getting somewhere. We just didn't want to tell everybody yet.
yeah, we might
man.
have to beat you guys. We might have to beat you guys, and also we can create a podcast in there, and you know, a little area in there where we do our things. But you know, it gets so hot, like, man, you go to that warehouse, like, bro, it's like 100 degrees in there. Shit, what are you gonna do, man? Shit.
JB Holland says, bro, I have 4 other junk removal businesses in my area, and we all talk and help each other out when needed. Do you guys, Matt and Jojo, do you guys talk with any other companies like locally or?
Oh, we run into people all the time.
Yeah, I just talked to Overland Hauling today. He actually told me, hey, if you need any heavy equipment to knock any brush down or anything hauled away, let me know. He has some new equipment like a skidder. And then I talked to my buddy from Veteran United Junk Removal. He's a cool ass cat. I shoot him a bunch of work. What's up?
I didn't mean to cut you off, but bro, it just hit me. I was driving around Rosa, I think it was yesterday, and I seen this crazy like yard, and it was junk removal signs everywhere. So I had my girl look it up. I can't remember the name, but the guy that owns it is Cedric. Do you know Cedric?
Yeah, Cedric's a good guy. He's been in the business for like, I would say 18 years. So
it says 2004 on his website. So 21 years.
Is that what you call it, Rosa? Is that what you guys call it, Rosa?
Yeah, that's
the row.
The row.
The row. Don't come to the row. Don't come to the row tripping. Let me tell you that right now.
Now, Cedric's been in the game for a long time, and I like one thing he said. Like, he's made so much money in the trash business. He was out here doing it before anyone else, and he was like, you know what? He's like, I reinvest all my cash into real estate. So he has his family living in houses. He has, I mean, he killed it. I mean, he's still killing it. And one thing I liked about him is he told me, you know what, Matt? He's like, I have a certain dollar amount I want to make every month. And after that, I turn my phone off and I hang out with my family. So I thought that was hella cool. You know what I mean?
I got to find him, man. I definitely got to get him on, man.
Hey, Charlie,
that was impressive seeing that yard.
Charlie's
got something funny. You want to read it out, Mr. Yee?
It says, Charlie, y'all following Ricardo's footsteps. First step, warehouse. Next step, collect junk. Final step, start a haunted house.
Yeah, that's when you made it, bro.
I don't know about the haunted house. I'll tell you that. I don't know about that. You know.
Hey, listen, I am with him with that. That is a smart move. Like I said earlier, man, take that junk removal money, put it in a passive income. He's only working, what is it, like 6 weekends of the year, and he bring in 6 figures with that haunted house.
Taxes are a little different out here in California, and to get permits to do something like that, you got a warehouse that is not up to date with code.
The hardest, bro. This is the hardest part that most people don't even think about is parking. To be able to have a place that you could have the proper parking. That is,
and then you get, and then neighbors complain about it, and now it's a traffic situation. Now you got the chief of police on you guys. Now you got so much other situations on you guys.
Matt and JoJo, what's the plans? Do you have any plans for going into other businesses? You know, taking what you made from junk removal and expanding in the other industries.
You know what? Right now, I'm on a mission to stack money. One of our goals is to buy a house, all cash, on the water somewhere, another piece of property.
Yes.
That's the main goal right now. And then try to keep growing our YouTube channel. We're at 45,000 subscribers. The mission is 100,000 subscribers. Keep doing that. And then after the Junk Expo, do some more coaching. We kind of like, it's crazy how I can turn down money now. Like, I have people hit me up, want me to do coaching. And I can make an easy 10 grand real fast, but I don't do it because I just want to hang out with the JoJo, and we got so much other stuff going on. And if it wasn't for the trash business, and if it wasn't for YouTube, that would never be possible. So it's like, damn, I turn around 10 racks like it's nothing. It's all good.
So I got a question. I got a question for you guys, for you two, Matt and JoJo. So you had truck trailer, utility trailer. You bought the beautiful dump truck. You put I think you guys kind of put the dump truck on a map with the smooth sides. Now everybody wants to call Bob and do all this. Bob, you owe me an envelope. Anyway, you know what I mean? Now you got 2 dump trucks. Do you kind of think that that's the recipe that works? Is 2 dump trucks and keep it simple like that? And you know, you got 1 good employee, but it's just working well oiled, and you know, nothing's breaking. Please speak on that. Let us know about that.
So for us, yes, that's how I want to run the business. We will get another employee and eventually get off the trucks. But right now we have fun making YouTube videos. You gotta remember, since I was 14 to 35 years old, the only thing I did was use drugs, sold drugs, and partied, went to jail and just fucked around. So me finally working, you know what? I love the trash business. Like yesterday, we came across a bunch of stuff I showed you guys. Like it's like it's more than just picking up trash. Like, look, we found it yesterday at a job.
Hey, Matt, what'd you say? What age was it? Until what age? 14 to what?
It was like from age 14 or 13 to 35 years old. I was out there just running amok.
By the way, mad respect on your getting
journey.
But I saw a TikTok comment that just made me laugh of what you said. He said, he was like, I joined a party at age 14. And he's like, I didn't leave the party until he's like, I started partying at 14. I didn't get out of it until 35.
Yeah. That's funny.
It's because it's true, because like a lot of people who fall into that problem, he's like, I started a party at 14 and I got out of it at 35. Anyways, point is, congrats, man, because that's
right now. I appreciate it. I've been sober and clean for 10 years. That's why when I see you guys arguing and shit, I'm like, man, it's hella childish. Just squash that shit. Like where I come from, they don't do that shit. They go to your front door, beat your ass. You know what I mean?
People and beat you to death. Like
Well, Matt and JoJo, we got to keep on that one question, because I'm really want to tune in on that. Is what do you think is the maximum the scale? Like what do you think for junk removal, from all your experience and all, what would be in your eyes, with time and everything included, would you go to biggest? Would it be adding another truck? Would it be staying right exactly where you're at with 2 trucks? Would it be going to 3, possibly 5? I'm really, really interested in that from you guys.
We really like the 2 trucks, and I'm glad you kind of circled back around to that, because I was going to say, I wasn't done answering that question.
I know. I know.
2 trucks. I really feel that was the magic number for us, and I'll tell you why. You know, we're able to, I mean, you could work long days if you want to, right? But we're able to knock out so many jobs so quickly and have, you know, like the rest of the day to like enjoy life, right? 2 trucks works so good. If there's a bunch of small jobs, we, you know, and we'll send Julio on things that he can tackle himself. And then Matt and I are knocking out other jobs. And then when it's a big job, the 2 trucks come together. The 3 of us, like, we can really knock out jobs quite quickly. It doesn't, sometimes I hear comments of people like, oh, it took us like 2 hours to do. And I'm like, what were you doing for 2 hours? Because we're throwing stuff in the truck. I mean, really, you can fill that truck up in 20 minutes to a half hour, depending on how far you have to walk. Like, it doesn't take that long. Sometimes it's 15 if it's a garage clean out.
What's the longest? What's the longest?
2 trucks works really good, because like we said, we can back one up, load it up, you know, that one's done, back the other one up, load that one up. We're both taking, you know, both trucks are going off to the dump. If it's a huge job, we're coming back doing 2 more loads. You can knock out 2, 4, 6 loads. And so 2 trucks works great. You could go opposite directions, get things done. You could bring them together with 3 people, you know,
Can I add on one thing to this? Because this is where it gets the transition now. Would you think it would make sense to go another truck, or would it just come to the part where it's like the benefit of it wouldn't be worth all the extra time?
So if we had another truck, we'd definitely have to spend some money on Google Ads. And one thing with us, why I love the 2 trucks, is where we're located at. I'm like 5 minutes away from the dumps. I'm 5 minutes away from the scrapyard, and I'm like 2 minutes away from the Goodwill right here.
Yeah.
And I got Julio on the other side of town that is in Rona Park, and there's a dumps from him about 10 minutes away. And then the one thing I love about Autopilot is that Andrew has that map thing on there where you can see like where all the jobs are at. Like this is today. I can see where the jobs are at. So Julio lives down here. We live up here. So we can kind of map everything out and manage our time instead of zigzagging around everywhere. So that feature right there on Autopilot, I love that. So let's say we got 4 jobs over here scheduled, and we notice that there's one job that is later in the day. Hey, we can call that customer up because we know it's right there and try to get there earlier. So it really helps us save a lot of time. So just that, Andrew, I'm loving that for real.
Dude, we haven't even started, bro. Like, but thank you. I appreciate that. We have so many more features coming, but like we haven't even talked about AI yet. I'm sure a lot of you guys have noticed, like, why hasn't Andrew talked about AI? Bro.
Speak on it, bro.
I'm almost scared to like give my ideas away to like workies and jobber.
But just
like,
give us a little nitpick right now. Just give us a little.
Okay, you know what? It's not like jobber. Honestly, like what I'm about to do is gonna like they're gonna eventually do it. Like we're already ahead of the game. So imagine you're on a phone call, right? And you're like blah 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 blah. And you have their address, their phone number, and you're driving and your truck's bouncing and you're like trying to like get the dude. I remember this. I remember you're taking a phone call and you're driving, you're taking the information, you're on your way to a job, and AI takes this phone call. And as soon as the phone call is over, your app says, hey, this customer wants to book a job January 6th. And so, and it pre-fills the information so that you can just click, yeah, go. And it puts it into the system. And then you could be like, you could talk to the app and be like, hey, so-and-so Stacy wants an invoice that I think was sometime in February, but she's pissed off right now. So I need you to find Stacy's invoice and send it to her. And you just talk to the app and it finds Stacy's invoice in February and it sends it for you on your behalf. It can also like deduct the phone calls and like make suggestions. Like we have a lot of AI features coming. So fuck you, Jobber, House Call Pro, and Workies. Don't take like it's coming eventually, but we're ahead of the game right now because we're implementing it. We're doing this in the background. But can you imagine if you're like, yo, Stacy just called me. She says there's an invoice sometime in 2021. I don't know. Can you just find that invoice really quick? And it pulls up the invoices for you in 20. You just literally talk to it. So we have some plans. We have some like some AI.
So you guys see what the EE got out of Andrew right there? You know, we did that for you guys. You know, that was a nice snippet right there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's not like it's revolutionary. Like every company's going to do this, but I think we're a little ahead of the curve because I have some pretty cool things in the works right now that's going to change the game. Because I didn't want to just implement AI voice, like AI voice calling and like answering your phone is cool, but like let's be real. If you call a local home service company, do you want to talk to a fucking robot? No. Period. No. Actually, can we segue real quick, Paul, about AI answering? Because
let's hold on a second. Josh has a question. He goes, why does nobody talk about resupply? For those who are entry level wanting to get their foot in the door, this is the best way, hands down. It's so slept on.
What's resupply?
What is resupply?
Yeah, Josh. Is that chapter 2? I met you in Vegas.
Yeah, that's chapter 2 in Vegas. That's chapter 2.
Oh man, he's an animal.
What is resupply, guys?
Well, now he's Junk Rescue. I think he's Junk Rescue.
Junk Rescue.
Big shout out to Joshua.
Joshua.
Joshua. Yeah.
All right, explain. Somebody explain to me. What's is resupply? What are we talking about here?
Yeah, I don't know.
When you run out of toilet paper, or I don't know.
I remember those days.
Yeah, that's a bad situation. But I'm just saying, Joshua, please let it. He said,
Yo, what's going on? You're working for Jabba? Charlie says. You a spy for Jabba? Yes, it is junk. Yes, it is junk response. I don't. Oh, is that the AI? Is that what he's talking about? Resupply is like an AI thing. I'm a little confused,
okay,
Joshua.
well, I'm gonna Google it right. I'm gonna Google it right
please.
now.
Junk on says, "Don't do it, Andrew. Keep it to yourself." Okay, I think he was talking about giving away some of the secrets and all. Matt and Jojo. So I wanted to, kind of like clarify more. So I'm really trying to figure out. My gut's telling me with junk removal. From what I've seen with people talking and scaling, and I'm seeing a lot of people getting a bunch of trucks, like 5-6 trucks.
Okay, and I got resupply.
It's making me believe that they're making the same amount of money as you guys are with your 2 trucks, that they're just, it's so much more expenses and, Google ads, this and all that. What is your guys' thoughts on that? Because I'm just trying to figure out, and I'm like saying to myself, why would you go any bigger if, like 2-3 trucks seems to be, the sweet spot, and then take that money and go invest in other ways and all. And I just was curious what your thoughts on all that whole thing is.
I mean, I actually agree with what you just said. I guess, it's different strokes for different folks, right? It all depends on really what you want the outcome to be. Like, we make a really good living off of the 2 trucks, and I like to take that money and do other stuff with it. So, we do mutual funds and stocks with YouTube money, and that grows. And I think your expense, like our profit margins, are so much better than if we were to get another truck. Then we would have to hire another person to get on that truck, and then your workers' comp goes up, and there's just so much expenses that go into it that
and bring work
really be needing to really knock out a lot of jobs and really not make much more profit. That's how I see it.
How many?
One thing with me too is, I'm gonna tell you like this: my stress level is like this. I don't have no stress. I sleep good every single night. I barely have any headaches at all. Like a couple of weeks ago, Julio woke up and there's a flat tire. No big deal. We'll get that thing fixed real quick.
I like that.
I only got one family to feed and take care of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got a good employee that I know that I treat like family. You know what I mean? I pay him really well. He takes care of the truck. I ain't got to worry about, like Yee said earlier, someone stealing shit, someone doing jobs on the side. Me personally, I've been through so much drama in my life. I like to keep my stress level down, and I have no stress. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want.
That's funny.
Why couldn't you have 2 to 4 trucks in one area and do the same somewhere else? You could. Yeah. We love Sonoma County. We love where we're at, and we love what we're doing, and we love how we're doing it. So,
but it kind of goes back to what you just said, Jojo, because to have another location, then you're going to have like a general manager looking over. So that's another salary in it. And it starts getting where it's getting so complicated, this scale, and so expensive. I just see it being a smarter move. Take that cash flow money that you're making from the 2 to 3 trucks and then go and put that time in somewhere else, into like an example for me. This is what I'm laundromat, storage facilities, shit like that, because it's passive income. It's not being on the truck busting your ass all the time. You pop in an hour a day, and you're bringing in 20-30K a month.
But not only that, but when you bring in another truck, you also have to bring in a lot more jobs.
Yes.
So that's what he was saying is, now they're going to force me to pay for Google ads. I have no choice, because I have to have these trucks, because I know Matt and Jojo have a set amount they want for each truck to make money, and they have a goal. As I heard before, each truck we have a goal. This truck makes that much money. This truck makes that much money. But now if you bring in another equation, it's like having another kid. Now I have to feed this kid and do all this. And speaking of a kid, you know what I mean? It's just, you have to feed that truck jobs. And I think if people are not listening to the show right now and hearing the recipe that Matt and Jojo are talking about, you're not really listening.
And I'm gonna tell you like this too. You don't need 2 trucks to make a killing. You can just do it with a truck and a trailer. I made so damn much money. I stacked so much money in my apartment complex, keeping my overhead hella low. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
With us having the 2 trucks, my life's way more simpler. Jobs are done faster, and I got more freedom. Profits are a little bit less, but we're still making a killing.
It's okay. You got free. Number one thing is freedom, because we all know how it feels to have your freedom taken away.
Hold on one second though, Matt. When you made the transition from the 1 truck to the 2 trucks, how many jobs were you averaging on a day? And then my second question with that is, different times of the year and all that, does it get tricky now?
So you asked how many jobs we were doing back in the day.
Meaning like before you were ready to get that 2nd truck.
I would say let the market tell you when to grow. When you can't get to jobs and you're leaving money on the tables, when you want to get another truck. When you sit there and kind of calculate, damn, we couldn't get to that shit. If we had another truck, we could have got that job. And start calculating how much money you're missing out on, will kind of tell you, hey, you know what? I need another truck.
Yeah, it was when we realized that we were working too hard to keep up. Right. So then oh, you know what? Another truck, we could have knocked that out. We could have got this great big job done way quicker. It's just, I can't really put a number on how many jobs it was. It was just that feeling that you knew that you could be making more money if you had that truck, because you're starting to,
And in the trash business, it's like this. You can like have 4 jobs that day, but one of those jobs might be 2 or 3 loads. So it's always different. Yeah. And then in California, it doesn't really slow down for us that much. I mean, it will when school gets out and people are on vacation right before school goes back. That's a little slow down. Yeah. And then if it's raining and stuff like that, it will slow down a little bit. But we're so established and people know us that we stay pretty consistent. And if it does slow down, we like put signs out and shit.
So what I'm saying is
November to February would be like kind of the slower season out here.
What would you say? It all depends on when you start wearing thermals and hoodies and it starts raining a little bit. That's when it'll slow down.
Yeah, I would say it's weather permitted, not really time of year. So like if we were to have a rainstorm for 4 days right now, the phone wouldn't ring. So and if it's December and it's really nice weather, our phone keeps ringing. So I would say it's really more, because December we had our best month ever. Okay. And it was December.
And then the crazy thing with the trash business is, let's say you first start out, you have like a slow couple weeks, then all of a sudden you're like, damn, this month ain't doing that good. And then all of a sudden you get like a $20,000 or $30,000 job. And then it's like, damn, all right, we just knocked that shit out. We had a hell of a good month. And then you go the next month, it's kind of slow, whatever. Then all of a sudden you get like a little house clean out, make 10 grand or whatever. Then another one right behind that. You just never know the trash business. Why you always got to answer your phone all the time.
Yeah. So
Sarah has.
Sorry, I gotta go. My daughter's dance is over an hour earlier than expected. My daughter's at her first dance, so I got to go pick her up. Anything?
Thank you, brother, for coming on. You cleared up a lot of things for everybody. I want to appreciate everything you're doing for the industry. Love Autopilot. Everybody hit up Andrew Thompson. Get your Autopilot subscription.
There's more things I wanted to address, but maybe in another call. So
yeah, we're gonna get you your own. You were supposed to be on last week for the show, so we'll get your own show and everything.
Yes.
We'll get into everything, man. Whatever you want to talk about, brother.
And Andrew, we love you. You know what I mean? Thank you for coming to the show. Thank you for giving us your time.
Hey, I want to exit with this.
Toodles.
Toodles. No, I'm going to say Toodles is, but I do want to say this, guys. Anybody who's watching the show, all these other corporate conglomerates, they raised $180 million in venture capital funding. So they're overcharging you. I'm the guy who's trying to like not overcharge you. So the fact that you're on House Call Pro or Workies, you're supporting venture capital venture firms that are overcharging you they raised $180 million to overcharge you. So when you're paying $225 a month, $200 a month, $300 a month, I want you to know your money is going to corporate shells that have raised VC money and they're overcharging you 5,000 times when I'm simply here trying to do something good for the community. So I want you guys, Matt and Jojo, thank you for investing. Thank you, everybody who's like, I'm here to help you guys. So please come to Autopilot. Please, I am trying to help you guys. You do not need to pay VC black suit and ties in corporate funding fucking money. I am here to help you save money. Anyways, thank you so much, Paul, Matt, and Jojo, Yee. I love you guys. Toodles.
So, Andrew, one thing real quick.
What's up?
Make sure you hook Mr. Yee up. He will push the hell out of that shit.
Dude, I've told Yee.
So Andrew, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get you on a Yee episode on the Yee show, and we're gonna get you with the 707 connection, and we're gonna talk and we're gonna blow it up.
I would love to break down everything on the Yee show because there's so much to break down.
Yeah.
Like there's so much.
We'll get it. We'll talk. Don't worry. We'll talk.
Thank you guys. Peace and toodles.
All right, we're gonna only 5 more minutes. There's a couple questions in here I want to get. I know I had you guys on for a long time and all. Sarah from Load Runners wants to know, Matt and Jojo, if you end up moving to a place underwater like you have talked about, would you start junk removal there?
No.
No, we would have Julio running the show out here for sure.
Yeah, we wouldn't start a new one. It would be time for us to like relax and retire. Yes.
But I got a question. So I know Matt can work 7 days a week. You know what I mean? Do you ever get tired of it, Matt? Like, you know what I mean? No, I don't want to work. I just want to chill. I don't even want to work both days. Or I know you love this stuff. I love this stuff too. And sometimes I have to.
Talking about.
I don't like working 7 days a week. Hell no.
That is not Matt.
No.
That is not Matt.
So I like to take.
He doesn't like to work in the heat, and he wants off early.
You could have fooled. Hey, Matt could have fooled all of us.
Truly am spoiled. I don't like working 7 days a week. I'm not that guy that wants to work 10 hours out there. I want to come home and do other shit. You know what I
will tell you though, he hustles and grinds nonstop 7 days a week. Not on the trucks, not junk removal, but when he's done with junk removal, he doesn't stop.
He's living the world. He's living it.
Oh yeah.
He is absolutely dedicated to promoting our business and promoting the expo, and he does it. And it's quite like, I don't know, he has such a strong determination and an infectious motivation. And that one of the things I love about him is always looks for the good and very, very bright. And that's one reason why we get along so well, is because we don't do drama. We're genuinely happy people, and if something isn't right and doesn't sound right, we just like, okay, and we just pivot and we're over here, and we're always in our like good vibe zone, and I really like that.
And then one thing too is, if I want something, I'm gonna figure out how to get that shit. So I try to set goals and try to make it happen. So that's one of our goals, is to get 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. We're gonna do it. I might be 80 years old with a fucking cane, but I'm gonna do that shit.
No,
and then I also want to get a house on the water. And then Mr. Yee, Paul, you can come out. I know you don't want like fishing and stuff, but you can take your shirt off and flex and shit. I want a house on the water where the fishing is hella good.
Oh yeah,
goal.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, we don't know where that's going to be.
Oh, I was just saying, me and the TODD and Jeff, we can't wait to the 20th.
Oh,
we're already like,
Paul should come with us.
And Paul, you should come with us. You don't got to fish.
Going on? What do you got going on?
We're going fishing.
Oh shit! All right,
it's gonna be some content. It's gonna be some guys on a boat with some fishing poles, and it's just gonna be fun and relax. You should come with
I'm
us.
down to watch you guys fish. Hell yeah, man.
You
I'm
know what I
down.
mean?
Maybe
And
I'll go do a little crabbing on the side. I like crabbing, so
I don't know about that, but you know what I mean. You just go experience and
Hold
chill out.
on, we got to bring this up. Carson just said something. I'm in the same boat. He says, "Hey, I bought my truck from Monarch. How do you keep your trucks from rusting? Less than 5K miles, and it's rusting a lot." Amen to that, brother. I'm in the same boat, man. I was asking Matt that too, because I got a lot of rust on mine too. Is there something that you guys do, or I know WD-40 on all the joints and all that stuff, but anything with rust? Have you guys seen anything like that? Or
You know what? I just fucking keep it going. Just keep it moving.
Yeah.
I don't really pay attention to the rust. My dump trailer was so damn rusty.
It was really
really bad. The Monarch trucks, the steel is really thick. You don't have to worry about it. I mean, I wouldn't worry about it too much. We're not, but you're by the saltwater a little bit, aren't you? Forget about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
no,
you know what I did? I went and got the Rust-Oleum. I'll take a picture of it and I'll put it on there.
Paint.
And I did the whole back of the bed, and I haven't seen it since then on there. But there is other spots that I got to go and put that on. The other thing that I do recommend for you, Carson, is they make this non-stick spray for the loading dock. If you got the lift gate, I'm sorry, the loading dock. If you got a lift gate on it, that gets so slippery when it's wet or anything, and it's dangerous. So get that spray and you'll never have that problem again. So that was the other thing, that little hack that I found with it.
So Carson, the best thing you can do is ask Chat GPT. It helps me do everything for
It
real.
really does.
Yeah,
It'll
no
show you
doubt.
the solution for everything. Is Carson coming to the Junk Expo?
Yeah, that's a good question, Carson. You coming through? And Carson, congratulations on that truck, bro. That thing is beautiful, man.
Bring that truck to the drive that truck to the Junk Expo. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a car show too. The Junk Expo is not just gonna be a junk expo, it's gonna be a vehicle. Show your vehicle. I'm trying to tell you.
Joshua says, I have a lot of good info too. Someone put me on the show laughing out. Joshua, the Junk Family Show is made for you, brother. Every Tuesday, not every Tuesday, every other Tuesday, we do the Junk Family Community Show, up to 10 people on at a time. Everybody's welcome. Come through. What is Charlie saying stuff again? Paul, you could take your shirt off and flex and shit. I like that. Steve says, there will be no retirement for the Matt and Jojo. Keep working. You're good at it. Oh, they're going to be retiring. Nah, they're going to be retiring on a nice big mansion on the waterfront. Matt will have his yacht with his for his fishing. He'll have a fishing boat out front. You'll only care about the rust because the trucks are so new. The customers don't care about the rust. Yeah, bro, we care because we just bought a $100,000 truck and it's rusting like crazy. And I'm not talking about like one or little spots. Like it's really like there's some serious rust going. Like
cheer up, Charlie,
and everything.
Charlie, cheer up.
Do you guys ever have problems with the toolbox leaking at all? With the seal, like water ever get in when it rains?
No, I never had no issue. I did have some rust issues with it not opening. I just sprayed it with some of that rust stuff that makes it easy to open and close. Never had no water inside of it.
You know what? I think these dump trucks are going to start looking so beautiful because I'm seeing people now, the way they're wrapping these dump trucks, it's like a masterpiece. And it's definitely eye-catching. Jeff from the 707 Connection, he just got his truck, and
that is hot. That strong,
these trucks and Carson and these guys, everybody's, and
the
you,
rap
Paulie,
game is getting stepped up right now, bro.
Paulie, you got something coming out in the making right now with another rap, but you got the
next week, man. We're gonna have the next toy out.
Paul wants me to wrap my vet. He wants me to wrap my vet in the whole.
That's it, man.
With my whole logos on my vet. I'm like, it's kind of hard for me to swallow right there.
Well, what's up? Are we gonna have like a truck wrap show at the expo? Because I mean, you got all your vehicles wrapped too, man. We gotta make like a little section. We have it all coned off and have all the trucks there and everything.
Yeah, I think there's
definitely do that. Maybe I'll have my dad bring the FJ Cruiser out too.
Do
is have a space where people can walk around and check out all the trucks. So on the backside, whatever junk haulers come with their equipment can park it in the back. I want yours and Jeff's in the front though, because you guys have the best wrap.
Those would be nice. Yeah, those.
And then I want to get some where people can get footage and check out the trucks and stuff. I think it'd be really cool. And I got 4 different companies that are. I don't know if they're all bringing equipment. I know the guy from Canada is bringing equipment. Monarch Trucks is bringing equipment.
What about
from Iowa?
What about old boy from Southern California? Lightweight, lightweight. Didn't he bring the hook lift last year?
He's bringing one this year too. Yeah.
Yeah. I see
Oh
him.
wow! So what is that? Like a roll off? What is that?
Yeah,
one?
roll off. A roll off. He has a trailer, and then I think he has a hook lift truck also too. So
Yeah. So I'm
nice.
not sure exactly what he's gonna bring, but we'll have stuff parked inside.
yeah.
Very nice. Well, this sounds amazing. Can't wait. October 24th, 25th. Hit up Matt and Jojo Vick. Get over. And what is the website? It's junkexpo.com, is it?
junk-expo.com.
So
That's it.
are we almost sold out of tickets? Are we closer to sold out of tickets? Or you don't want to give that
Let's
info?
just say
or-
tickets are selling fast, so people got to grab their tickets because
Yeah.
last year it sold out and people couldn't buy tickets and they're hitting me up.
Yeah,
This is a good question because a lot of people want to know this. JB Holland says, what's the price range on the wrap you guys paid? So what I'm hearing is between $2,500 and $5,500 for the NPRs for a full wrap, all the way around,
Whoa.
every inch of it wrapped. You know, that's the range that I'm hearing. For like the trucks, like the pickups and everything, I think you're gonna be at between $1,500 and $3,500.
Mhm.
And then on the cars, mattering on what kind of car with the, if it's got a lot of different angled lines and all, you're probably gonna be about like $2,000 to $5,000.
Paul, what was the price for your Ram?
Honestly, bro, I haven't got the bill yet. He's been doing all my work, and
I need
yeah,
that.
no,
hookup
I keep
too, then.
asking, but he's just like, yo, it's just,
then.
yeah. So right now, I'm probably gonna get a crazy bill at the end because he did all. I changed my headlights and did a bunch of alarm systems and all kinds of stuff in
hiding spaces and stuff.
I'm getting a system. I'm gonna have an NPR with a system in it, man. We're gonna have some speakers in there and shit too. So my wrap was, Carson says my wrap was $1,800 on the dump truck and $2,500 on the box truck. That's a good price, Carson. Especially that's a nice wrap you got over there, man. For sure.
Is Carson in Texas?
Yes, I believe.
Is that the Texas?
No, I
Texas?
think it's in
Arizona,
Nashville, or no, North Carolina or something like that.
Nashville.
Oh, I thought he was. I just seen Junk Guys, and I was thinking, Texas.
Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay, so who's Carson? Is he related to Ricky or?
He's not related. I know that he's one of the Junk Guys, though.
A Frenchie. Oh, Tennessee. He said Nashville.
He's a super cool cat, super good guy for real.
Yeah, Nashville down there, Broadway, Nashville, Broadway, that strip right there. Let's hear what I'm talking about.
So he got a 16-foot box truck, and he's in Nashville over there. Oh wow, very nice. That's a nice area over there.
I lived in Nashville for 8 years. That's where my daughter was born.
Nice,
very nice.
I want to go there just to eat. I just want to go there I just want to go there just to eat and just walk downtown that whole strip.
Yeah, what is that famous? What's that famous block over there? Isn't there like
Broadway? Is that Broadway? That strip?
Oh, it's called Music Row.
Yeah, Music Row.
Very nice.
And I think the Music Hall of Fame is out there, right? The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
The Opryland.
Oh, the Opryland. But that whole strip down there is like lit up all night. It's like,
Very nice. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming on tonight. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
As I'm sorry, for the first like half an hour, 45 minutes, we didn't talk much about you and all, and we had to clear up a lot of things with Andrew.
Everybody knows who Matt and Jojo is, and thank you guys for being on the show.
Legends.
Such a blessing have you guys on the show, and without you guys, a lot of us wouldn't be here. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, we appreciate that a lot, and what we'll do is get you on our channel soon. We'll have the 707 connection.
Just
calling you. I mean, do two people at a time.
We're trying to get you also as well on the 707 connection. You and the Julio and Jojo too. You know what I mean, on the 707 connection, and we might be doing a 707 connection show just with Paulie. We're going to interview Paulie since he interviews everybody. It's time to interview Paul.
Interviewing.
It's time to turn the.
But Matt and Jojo already did that. They were the first ones. They had me.
Yeah, but that was now you're kind of well seasoned.
Okay. There you go.
Now it's a different show.
So Paul, I forgot to pull this out for you earlier. This is
What's
for
that?
you. Stirring the pot all the time.
Stirring the marinara right there.
And Carson says Andrew just popped in town last month, made a video on his channel, Fun Time. So he was the one in the video. Okay, very cool. We'll check that out.
Oh, he was the one. He was the one riding with him in his truck. I think we seen that video. I seen that video. He was in him riding with his truck. I think they went to go do a job, and Andrew was on the job with the guy.
Steve wants to know: is there going to be any truck rappers at the expo? Did my guy ever lock in with you guys?
No, I emailed him multiple times. I've texted him multiple times.
And I've said it like 50
and
times.
we actually even went in with like a paper and introduced ourselves and everything, but he's never got back. So I don't think he's interested.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll say it one more time when I go pick up my car and everything. But yeah. So we don't know. Is there any rappers going to be in there? Like anybody that does the vehicle raps?
Not right now. But you know what? I might put it out there if anyone wants to be a vendor. If there's any raps out there that want to come out to the place and do it. Yeah. We did have Sonorama last year was going to come. They did sponsor it, and then last minute they couldn't show up. So I might reach out to them and see if they want to do it.
Or reach out to somebody who does tinted windows in the parking lot.
Well, I'm gonna show, I'm gonna say something to my boy, and I'm gonna make this clip. I'm gonna take this out, and I'll be like, see what you're missing out on, brother. Like, because I'm gonna have all my vehicles out front over there, so everybody's gonna get to see. So it's a great opportunity for him. He should get in touch with you guys. I mean, you guys are local.
Well,
maybe know everybody.
Maybe we need to interview him. And put him on the show.
I don't think he's really into that. Nah, I don't think he's really into that. But he is cool. He does the drones and he does all good content with that. But he don't like he's very shy and all. But thank you guys again for coming on. Everybody in the chat, amazing questions. Thank you for all the support. If you haven't already, please hit that thumbs up button. Also, get over to Sonoma Strong. Go over to help them hit this 100K. They are just amazing. They are the legends. Almost everybody that's in junk removal has started because of them. They've got so many couples in it now, including myself and all. So check them out. Mm-hmm. And then also get over to No Limit Hauling, Mr. Yee's channel. He's doing a lot of big things with the 707 connection. Those guys are having a lot of fun over there. Last Friday they came on. They were all drinking with their solo cups, getting a little crazy and wild. Lots of fun and everything. So check him out over there. And thank you guys again. And we will see you guys next week. We'll be back. Forget About It Fridays Unfiltered. We have Matt Paxton coming on from Filthy Fortunes. It's going to be a good one. So definitely get your questions ready for him as well. Have a great night, everybody.
Hang on, Paul. I got a question before we leave. Hang on, one more question. It's an easy one. Matt and Jojo, what's for dinner?
I don't know.
Shit, I was just thinking about that right now.
What's for dinner? We got ribeye still in the refrigerator, or what's for dinner?
It's too late to start cooking.
It's never too late to grill a ribeye.
Yeah, but they're frozen right now. So
we had ribeye last night.
I know. That's why I said, what's for dinner today, though? I threw you off with that one right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to figure something out. I told the Jojo we'll go on for an hour. Look, we're on here for 2.5 hours.
That's how Forget About It Fridays is unfiltered.
I said before that I was like, I'm gonna try keeping this close. I'm like hour and a half and all, and that wasn't happening.
Well, we had to let Andrew talk for like 45 minutes straight for a while.
Yeah, yes. Well, he needed to clear the air and everything, so I think we got that accomplished and all. So
no doubt.
Good stuff, guys. Thank you guys again. Have a great night, everybody.
Peace.